The exercise commissioned here has to do with about 130 acres of land that has been encroached by people. Now, government's intention is to reclaim the unencumbered portions of the land. Because residents here have heard that government intends to reclaim the unencumbered portions, they are rushing to develop the land. So we are here just to stop them from developing the unencumbered portions. Then everybody that has got property here is also advised to go to Lands Commission to regularize. I will reserve other comments for the Lands Minister or the Lands Commission to actually come up with. But I want to say emphatically that nobody is touching anybody's building here. Nobody is supposed to touch completed buildings that people are living inside. No. But if you see people doing skirmishes of foundations and what have you, we're pulling everything down. And fence walls around unencumbered portions of the land, we're pulling that one too down. So I will advise the public, especially those who have properties here, not to resist this. Because I've already heard people have gone for Asafo or Langards to prevent the exercise. They should desist from it so that all of us can live in peace over here. That's all. As to the claim that people say they have title to the land or documentation, I think the only place to verify these claims will be where? Lands Commission. You and I cannot verify this documentation. But I have clear directive from the Commission that here nobody has documents. And for the very fact that government is even saying, say, Mumbra, memo document, Muntia, just come and pay a token and get documents to the land you've built on. I think it's a good deal from government to the citizenry. I think we should all applaud government for that. And for our exercise, I think the media too should be there to capture that. Yes, we are not pulling down anybody's structure. We are just reclaiming about 10% portions where they've not done anything. That's all. It's not a big exercise. Though the directive says demolish, but there should be human face to some of these exercises. So we are just taking the unencumbered portion of land, areas that have not been developed. That's all. I think government has plans for the unencumbered portions, so it will not be left bare for a further encroachment. That's all. I will blame the assembly. I'll stand here and blame the assembly. The assembly has wantonly failed to stop people from developing, because nobody here has got permit, building permit to what they are doing. But the assembly is looking on and people are building. So if somebody hasn't got building permit and is putting up a building, whether on waterways or on road or what have you, we don't know. And the assembly is just sitting down looking. So I will not blame Lands Commission. The municipality hasn't got Lands Commission office here, but they have the assembly as their backup. And the assembly doubles as what? The security head for the, how do you call it? The municipality. So if they can sit down for this indiscipline to happen just under their eyes, I think we should all blame the assemblies. All
like I keep saying that it's you and I who patronize this product. The Bank of Ghana cannot be everywhere. So you get an institution pricing in dollars that is not authorized to price in dollars. All you need to do is to send information to us, and we have a lot more institutions
Most
sending.
of them have their advertisements splashed all
Yes,
over.
we go after institutions that are not supposed to price in dollars. Who price in dollars? We go after them.
So
We will not advertise when we are going after corporate, but we go after institutions.
Okay, so how long before we see this?
The timeline, basically.
Yes, before we see it materializing.
Of course, this is a continuum. I mean, you cannot go after them. Fraudsters keep coming. We started chasing after fraudsters and thieves, but they still come. So we'll do our bit to sensitize you on that, and then also go after those, the culprits. There can be recalcitrant ones, but we'll still go after them to deter. And we work with the security agencies to do that. And so, yes.
Many MPs have lost their seats in Parliament because they had never spoken in the floor of the House. But that has not been the case for Honorable Nasat Muhammad Ture, the Ayawaso East MP. This man has never said a word on the floor of the House, but has won his seat for 3 consecutive times since 2012. Let's speak to him and find out what has been his secret and what has kept him going on.
Some of you who comes to parliaments always, you know how the parliamentary procedure is. You can't just wake up and start talking. You talk when the matter arise, when there are some reasons to talk. Yes, then you wake up and talk. Or most of our talking also is at the committee level. Yes, as a member of parliament since 2012, and we started working 2013 as an MP. For me, today, all I believe is to make sure I work in my community. Today, people are saying, but the MP doesn't talk, but his people, they like him. They like him because of what? Because they like me because I do the right thing. Because I'm a servant who came to work for them, to make sure I change the life of my people. Today, if you enter my constituency, it's not about just talking. Some people, you come to parliament, you see them, they make noise. But when you enter in their constituency, you won't see much project. You can't notice some changes. But today, when you come to my constituency, you can identify the number of projects that I have done in my constituency today. I'm sure that is the reason why my people continue to vote for me. My people thinks I'm the best person to lead them. So I'm sure that is the reason why.
We know that for you to be retained, it means you are doing something right, and it means that the people like you. What are some of the things you do in your constituency? I heard you attend a lot of their gatherings, whether RA, funerals, you show up all the time, you support them. But I just want to know, what are you identified for?
If you enter Nima today, if you start from, I don't know if you know Frankie's, all the way from Frankie's down, Nuria down, especially the Nima market. There you can see the paving blocks that before I became MP, or the whole area is muddy. When it rains, to become muddy. It takes 2 weeks. You can't even walk to that area. I remember the one pastor at the Roman church said, "Oh, Saint Kizito said, oh, today, because of the good work that I did there, before when it rained and their members are coming to church from the station, before they got to the church, they have to put water there. People have to wash their legs, people have to wash their shoes before they enter church. But today, the old area is paved, it's clean. So from the Nima market going to the Ashama station, when you enter there, you see the difference. You come to the hot coffee even before I was born, especially when it rains, you can't walk there, you can't pass there. Even cars cannot enter and connect to Kanda Highway. So I did the project from hot coffee all the way to Kanda Highway, and there was a mosque that closed the road from Kanda Highway. I was able to negotiate with the owner of the mosque, and I demolished the mosque and then opened up the road and then put up a new mosque there for them. And from the same area, there is another drain work that I did. All the way is going to connect to the main Kaukudi drain. So the project is there. So when you go to downside, I don't know if you know Nima, downside there is a bridge. It's called Naza Bridge. They named the bridge after me. So when you go there, you see the bridge there. When I came, I said, so if we can put up a bridge here, so it will be easier for us to connect to Newtown Timber Market. So I started like joke. Today it becomes the major road, major bridge that will link you from my constituency to Newtown Timber Market. So, and then I said, oh, so why not we brought the idea of Operation Cement all your lungus, all the lungus. So today, thank God, at least we haven't finished all, but at least we were able to cement almost about 70% done. When you enter all the corners, you can see my handwork, my idea. When you go to Kanda, Ruga, I don't know if you know Ruga. You know Ruga? Yes. When you go to Ruga, you see the new public toilet that I'm putting up there. It is my project. The Operation Cement Yolungu, we extended it to Ruga. So when you go to Islamic Training Institute, the one on the Kanda Highway, initially before it's open. Yes, I came and said, oh, why? We can fence. Why can't we fence it? So we fence it. I put up another project in there. So today, the place is safe for the kids. Initially, when the kids are from the school, when they are crossing, sometimes because it's open, they cross anyhow. But now, because of the fencing, at least we did a pedestrian that they cross, and the traffic light also is there. So it's becoming safe. And then I have so many social interventions that I did, especially when it comes during the Ramadan. There are so many social interventions that I do help my mothers, my old ladies, my old fathers, my brothers, my sisters, that we do. So it's also part of the achievement. And then education. Also, I'm sure this is you can see the one I just paid for some people. I think about 4 of them, 10,000. One of them is 800. Yeah, I just pay for some of the students. So these are the so we make sure when it comes to education too, we do, at least we can't do everything, but we make sure we support the youth to go to school. So when it comes to education, especially when the kids are writing the wasi, we make sure we support them with the math sets and so on. Sometimes we give them books and others. So I think there is so many achievements that my people thinks I deserve to lead them. So that is why some people say, but the MP cry, he's quiet, he doesn't even talk. But why does his people like him? Yes. So they like him because it's not just you come and talk. You don't do anything in your community. You don't do anything to your people. So that alone cannot make your people to like you. They will like you for some reason.
So I think feedback? Like how do they call you? Do you have a nickname? Is there a way you mingle with them in the constituency?
Oh yes. I'm always my mic. Always. You know, even was it last Saturday? I attended funeral at Setkizito. There's a funeral there. Our former chairman died. Former constituency secretary. I attended the funeral last 2 weeks also. One of my special assistant also lost his mother. I'm talking about when you come, my relationship with we have Christians, we have Muslims. You understand me? But we judge to each other. So for my constituency, I'm visible. I'm always in my constituency. If I don't attend the program, I make sure I delegate my chairman to attend the program, especially outdoors, passing out, especially passing out. There are many. So funerals, any program, I make sure I deliver. Yes.
Well, that's impressive. But I want to ask you, I know it came to a breaking point for you when there was a violence in Nima in regards to some hoodlums. How did you feel about the whole thing, and what are your comments?
Yes, the issue, even though it has been resolved, we all know Nima used to, years back, people say, oh, Nima is a violent area, people this and that. Some people do things so, especially the taxi drivers, those days, years back, when you want to come to Nima, you stop taxi, they don't want to come. But today, Nima is one of the peaceful area, even though there's incident that happened the other time. It has been resolved. And then some years back, about 10 years ago, we used to have the watchdog. The watchdog, they are also very, very helpful for the community. But along the line, they don't function again. They stop working. So this time we'll make sure we revive them. With the watchdog, we'll be able to dismantle all the ghettos that we have. The ghettos also, they are part of those who are creating problem. So we make sure all the ghettos have been dismantled, because some of them, they don't live in Nima. They come from far places. Because of when they come to Nima, they say they have some gate bases, some ghettos. So they come there and do some bad things and go back. So people think all those things that are happening, it is in Nima, but it is not from Nima. They are not from Nima, guys. They come and go. So we are trying to make sure this time we work on that, to make sure that we won't allow you to come from far place and then come and spoil our name. So we are making sure that we stop all those things. We make sure that all the ghettos have been no more, doesn't exist anymore, so that you won't come there and get any bad things to smoke or whatever. So we are working on that.
Everything in Nima has improved, from roads to education to... How did it happen? How did it work? I know you coach for being in parliament for close to almost 12 years. You've been in parliament for next 12 years because 11 people. How did you resolve? Did you engage people, chief imams, stakeholders, and how do you?
I do hold meetings with the chiefs, because our chiefs also, they are playing a very, very wonderful role. Our chiefs, because most of the intervention that we do in Nima, like forums, we do involve chiefs. They come and they also talk to the mothers, the parents. We do talk to them through the forum or any gathering. We make sure we give the chiefs the advantage, some little chance to talk to the parents. I think it has also played a very good role. That's why we are seeing some level of changes in Nima, not like before. Now most of the youth today, I think, they want to go to school. So I remember before the election, I went to house. I went every house. So every house we go, I tell them, I educate them. If you have a daughter or you have a son who wants to go to school and you can't afford it, come to my office. Yes, I will support you to make sure we pay the fees for you. So all those things also, it has been so helpful. So I think most of the kids today, they want to go to school. Those who doesn't or the parents who cannot afford it, that's why we advise them, come, we will help you. Yes, because some of them, you can see that the kids want to go to school, but the parents can't afford to pay the fees. So if you are in such situation, come, we'll help you. So that is also playing a very good role for us. So I think I would say we are progressing. Inshallah, we are progressing.
We've left your constituency. We are now in parliament. I noticed a member of the committee, part of the committee for mines and energy.
Yes.
Would you say we are in crisis, looking at our recent 4 hikes and what's going on in this country? I think I don't need to give details, but what's your take on what's happening under the Akufo-Addo-led government in terms of...
I don't need to say Akufo-Addo has failed, but everybody, Ghanaians, have seen that Akufo-Addo has failed. He can't do anything. They are even confused. They don't know the direction that they are moving. They don't know. So that's why we said that they should come. I remember JM told them, John Mama told them, His Excellency John Ramama, he told them that time that you have never been there. People, you think it's easy. If it is Kufuor or then it was, if it's a Kufuor or anybody who is a former president, you will understand the person. But you people, you have never been there. You came and make noise. Today you are the vice president. Today you are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You are the president today. You are the vice president today. Akufo-Addo, you are the president today. What are we seeing today? No action, no show. Everything is standstill. Honestly, even we MPs, our common funds, third quarter, fourth quarter. Now we are almost end of the first quarter. You haven't paid. So how can the country move forward? How can we develop the nation? So I don't need to talk much. Ghanaians have seen it, that NPP government has failed Ghana. That's it.
We are currently at the Ayawaso East constituency. We want to speak to the constituent what they make of their MP silence in the chamber. Is it working on the ground, or they are worried about his silence? Join us as we speak to some of them. Ayawaso East today because of your MP. He's been in parliament since 2012. He hasn't spoken in the floor before. But you keep voting for him. He's been there in 2012, 2016, and in 2020. We want to find out what's the secret. Why do you keep voting for him even though he's not actively speaking in parliament?
You know, Honorable Nasser Muhammad Toure is somebody, he believes in action. And since he came 2012, 2013, McNaza, if you go to Nima Market, he came there and he put pavement blocks. He went to the Nima Market and the Nima Madina Station, hot coffee area, all he put pavement. He went to the hospital, he provide them ambulance, he provide them generator, the big plant. He went to Nima police station, he provide them the plant. He built a general hospital at Nima. And though he didn't complete throughout, but he did reach some place before this government who came and completed. And education to be giving scholarship, many scholarships. And moreover, the Nima operations, Smith your Lungu, we have done all. Before Nima, you can't pass inside Nima. But now Nima, when there's rain, there is no problem. The water is moving, flowing, have no problem. So to talk in parliament and you don't need anything to your constituency, no, we are not talking about your graduate, no. It's action. What you have done for your community. So Nima, we believe in action. So you have done law, even the street light, all corner in Nima, all. It was McNaza. So we'll be keeping voting for him because he's doing well. So when somebody say why you don't speak in parliament, no. We see some people speaking in parliament, but if you go to their constituency, they didn't do anything to their people. So we love McNaza, we like him, and he's been doing well. So I think this is some of the things I've been telling you. I am the one, every project in Nima, all his projects, all from 1 to 8. I am the one who is supervising all. So McNaza, we love him. Even when he stands 10 times, we vote him for 10 times because he's doing well. We don't want somebody graduate to know. Just do what we will like. If you do, then we'll be voting for you.
It's not about talking in the parliament. When in your area you are doing well, that's all. So if people are saying he's not doing well at parliament, it doesn't mean he's not doing in his electoral area. He's doing well in our electoral area. He introduced him into Lungu and some many things to the assemblymen. And we use that opportunity when taking his step. So if somebody said McNaza is not speaking at the parliament, it's not about speaking at the parliament with the issue. Working in your community, that's the issue.
What are some of the projects he has done apart from the operation?
Or even when you go to our streets, he has done well to us. And normally when there's rainfall, we can't work. So McNaza came, so we saw the difference, big difference.
If he contests again, do you think he will retain him? And when can he lose his vote?
Nothing will let him lose. Nothing. Forward advice, backward Nima. I'm the assemblyman on Nima West electoral area. My name is Awule Tolo. Nothing will let him lose. Because we have voted for many people, nothing we see. But for McNaza, at least we can show 1 or 2 things on behalf of McNaza. He's not here for me, but I can show the project for him. But many MPs who pass who can show their project. So if they say it's not talking, we don't need this talking at the parliament. We need the effort in the electoral area.
Honorable Nasser, me, I don't call him Nasser, I call him MTN. Everywhere you go, because his name is Mohammed Turi Nasser. So I short it MTN because of the phenomenal job that he has been doing for us, the development that he brought in our community since he became the MP. First of all, Honorable Nasser is a listening leader to the extent when you see something at the grassroots level and you draw his attention, he will tell you, go check what do we need to get solution for it, and then you will do it. You understand? So let's make a little analysis. When you have MP that talks and speaks louder in parliament, and then it doesn't bring any development in his community, and the one that brings development in the community without talking in parliament, you yourself, which one will you choose? You go for the one who always have development in the community. One thing people don't know or have to know is everything in parliament is about whips and committee. If Honorable Nasser happened to be the vice chairman of Mines and Energy in parliament, then we should thank God that we and then be proud of our MP being the vice chairman. He has a recognition. But the fact that you don't talk in parliament, talking in parliament, we have sector of people who does it. We have the chief whip, we have the majority leader. So why then do we supposed to see our MP on television talking before we are certified with his being MP? Me, I'm okay with his okay, and not me alone. A lot of environs. I'm a youth advocate. I'm into the youth. I moved through the MPP, the NDC, the PNC, and even I can tell you, as a matter of fact, the MPP constituents in our constituency vote for MP because for Honorable Nasser because of his phenomenal job that he's doing. So it's a man we can trust. He promised and he deliver. You understand? He promised and he deliver. So Honorable Nasser, I think, unless he decide not to go, he is our best choice as MP because ever since he became the MP, we've seen a lot of development compared to the previous MPs that we had in this constituency.
If he doesn't speak in parliament, it doesn't mean that he doesn't do the good work at his area. He has been doing the good work at his area. That's why he has been winning always.
So what are some of the things he has done for you people in the
especially when you come to Nima, first of all, when you pass the corners, you can see, first it was very dirty. They put bola at any place. But now, if rain falls, you can pass anywhere at any time. You are not afraid of anything. Yes.
So with this, if he stands again, is this someone you
he has a chance to win. He has a chance to win because of the good work he has been doing. That's why I say he has the chance to win.
So if you vote for him again?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, at his back. But when he doesn't do the right thing, I'll say he knows me already.
Kasa de enipa ye adwuma na on kasa eno de nkyere se wonye adwuma. So na adwuma ntina ye to ma no because wo bae no nsisa aba mentemu ha ye fanse nima be bia ono wo ya yi no nsisa abem bebre because first the kwan we no na water down nti nipa bre ansana cars kura ntimi mfa ha but wo bae na aja na kokwa adum tu wo so na adum tu na omu yi kwan we so nti no ama bebia bebre nya hanko ha nti no obia hwe sende na adwuma city ansana wato ama no enye ne kasa obi wo a wo kasa parliament bia wo nya sende amanfo ye pe ama wa aya ama omo nti no eno de nkyere se wo nya adwuma de wo ye so bia pere mpuntu na sende wono so ne mente musu be ye so nti no eno nkyere se bia on kasa no wo ye adwuma pa so wo bo ni pa sende ni pa hu kyerwa ukoni nkyɛn a wono so otimi tie nipa su frena wono so sende kakra wo no metimi abo nipa tina no de enye wonye bad wo ho se mpunto ne sende wo hu nipa mo bronde enu de wonye ayikura
esa be magana parliament take win seat in shishini cikin zango mungani ma kowane lungu kabiduka ya se cement kowane lungu even Kanda Estate duka ya kan street nan duka ya gyare na yin da yayi ababe da yawa. Schools ya je schools ya ba da uniforms da table and chairs da ababe da yawa. Isa ga kasuwar mu na Nima da an ka shiga kasuwar Nima laka aka ya dare baka ka bi cikin kasuwa, amma yanzu akan ga dai kasuwar Nima ka shiga kai tafiya ka kwanta ko ina maganan da kenan kenan.
Member of Parliament for Ayawaso is Honorable Alhaji Nazar Muhammad Ture did say emphatically that his silence in the House did not connote irresponsibility on the ground. We spoke to the constituents and he seems to have earned his position amongst the people, and they are satisfied with his work. They shared his success story and they are very happy of what he's done so far. I am Nimatu Yakubu Atoyese, reporting for GhanaWeb.
Did you agree to Otuado becoming the head coach of the Black Stars? Honestly.
The Executive Council will always agree to do one thing, and that is what you saw. I have gone through a lot, especially being his manager. I've had enemies all over. And the greatest moment, because I was there, was in South Africa. When he scored that goal, I jumped, I nearly fell down. I had so many rumors. Some people say I do juju.
Yeah.
They can't say it. I believe in the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Creator, the controller of this earth. His power is above every power. He's the only one I believe in. That is why I've got into where I am. This job was given to me by the Almighty God, not him, not even as a Samoan. His mother told him, I'm his manager because it is destined that I'll be his manager.
There was one argument that our legal system is not go far enough to successfully prosecute them. If you look at the Criminal Offences Act of 2020, Section 152, defrauding by false pretenses, can we use this to prosecute them? We tell you, no. I'm not a fraudulent person because others will gain and you bring those people as evidence. He's been able to pay others, he didn't pay you. You know, and then if you say, had it not been the regulators coming in, I would have paid you. But who can survive a run? If there's a run on the bank will collapse. So a lot of regulations could be prosecuted, could have been conflicts. It's so difficult. Our law is so limited. So it should be one of your research areas. Is our law adequate enough to prosecute them, to get them jailed? That is it. Now, if you look at other countries, because of the insufficiency in the legal regulatory area, if you look at South Africa, they have enacted, apart from their Criminal Offences Act, they have enacted Unfair Business Practices Act of 1988. Malaysia too, they also have a law, Direct Sales and Anti-Pyramid Schemes Act 93. You know, they also amended it and enacted what is called Multi-Level Marketing and Pyramid Selling Prohibition Act 2001, and then Interest Schemes Act 2016. So a lot of countries are enacting new legislation to deal with pyramid and Ponzi schemes all over the world. Ghana is here to do that. So I think the reason why I'm not able to prosecute them is I believe our laws are not sufficient enough to get them. You know, yes. I know many bodies in court. I don't know whether we succeed to prosecute enough.
Hello and welcome again to another edition of Sports Check here on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Joseph Adamafiu and today we're coming to you from the Secretariat of the Ghana Football Association to speak to an executive board member who happens to be the manager of Asamoah Gyan. Well, we're taking a short break and when we return, we'll delve into the conversation. So you're welcome back from the break. My name is Joseph Adamafiu and the show is Sports Check on GhanaWeb TV. My guest is Mr. Samuel Enim Ado. Welcome to Sports Check.
Thank you.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Today we are at the offices of the GFB to speak to you. But now people know you for Asamoah Gyan. You worked with him for a number of years, but we don't know the story of how the two of you met to have a good relationship so far.
Yeah, it's a long story. One day you know the full story, how it all started. So many years back. I was a fan.
Okay.
I was a fan, like you guys. The only good thing was that I was staying close to wherever he plays his coach football, and I could go to watch him. And at the same time, I was a senior at Accra Academy, so that is where it all started. So later I'll add the rest. So let's view this one. I was a fan. I was at Dansman last week. He played for Karkari at Karkari Park with great sit-ups, and I'll go and watch him like a fan.
So when did
That's how it started.
So when did you decide that you manage him?
That's what I'm saying. The rest will be told later.
But
it started from that time when he was playing for great sit-ups as a fan. And gradually, we got on 2006. He was at the World Cup. Liberty, I was just following like that. So 2007, 2008, then we started taking it up from there.
But in all this 2 decades of being a footballer, at what moment did you really enjoy the most working with him?
The greatest moment, because I was there, was in South Africa. When he scored that goal, I jumped, I nearly fell down. In South Africa, I was sitting at the other side. And those times, Charlie, for you to even get closer to the team, it was not easy. And I can tell you, he was not well. He was given medicine, was injected and all that before he played in that game.
Those stories, are they just stories that we hear, or it's something that we don't even really appreciate the fact that there were times that he was sick and had to play for the Blasters?
Yeah, it was not easy. He suffered a lot playing for the national team. In Cantu, it's the same thing. He was injected, or his body this side. In Cantu, when he was being insulted. If you remember, even at that time, Man City wanted to sign him. He signed for Rene when he was on the sick bed. It tells you that the man that some people were chastising, the football people with the right eye has seen it. And Drogba even told him that he was the best player of the tournament when Drogba was here in Cantu. So Asamoah Gyan is a special player. In this world, there are special players, and he's one of them. There are some people, God brings them into this world to just put them on the earth to impact. He's one of those people.
Right. In so many years that you've worked with him, definitely in every human institution, there are challenges and everything. Did you ever have any issue with Asamoah Gyan, and how did you really resolve it? If you remember any misunderstanding that you...
There's been a lot of challenges, big ones. There are some that goes really into a very tight situation that you really need to have cooler heads to get it sorted. So it's not been easy. It's not been that rosy.
What was it about?
That
was it about contract or?
It's a lot, and maybe one day when I'm also writing my book, you also know about these challenges, and people can also learn from it. Being a manager of such a superstar, it doesn't come that easy, and it's learning on the job. I think Sami Animado, some years back, it's not the same Sami Animado. I've learned a lot, and there are so many things that I will have reacted in a way. These days, I will never react in that way. I have gone through a lot, especially being his manager. I've had enemies all over. And people always want to get at him. And when I decide to be the one who will not accept, I become a target, and I've been a target, and I'm still a target. But this job was given to me by the Almighty God, not him, not even as a Samoan. His mother told him, I'm his manager because it is destined that I'll be his manager. I didn't do anything like lobby or something. It came because God has already prepared it. And that is why I'm still his manager, because the challenges that we've gone through, the ups and downs that we've gone through, is beyond human understanding. But one day God will reveal to all of us, and one day God will allow me to speak about it. And I'm so proud to be his manager, and I'm forever proud. And it is the biggest thing I've known, the biggest superstar that I think has happened to this continent. I don't know a single superstar who has the qualities of Asamoah Gyan. Yeah, you can have a footballer who has scored, may have scored more than him and all that. But there's not a single superstar who is a footballer, who is a dancer, who is a musician, who is a comedian, who is a boxer, who is a tennis player. I mean, you have, and he does it well. But tell me if there's any superstar who has those qualities that Asamoah Gyan has. Maybe there are some that I don't know, but I can tell you. And when you come to his greatness, he's done things. That is why I call him a king, because the record that Roger Miller was holding for 25 years, he's the only one on the African continent who broke that record. And the history of Ghana football, he scored 51 goals. There's no one, so he's a king of Ghana football.
You say he's a king. You talk a lot about his achievement and all, but I still want to get that quiet moment that when you think about it, sometimes it draws tears from your eyes, that you know that Mafemu.
There are a lot. One of them, I can't talk about some now because there are a lot. There are really moments that I really go down, that I really cry because I feel it's not proper. But there's nothing I can do about it. It's happened. We need to live with it. We need to try to reorganize ourselves and come back. And there are things that I know could have brought so many people down, but I didn't allow those things to bring me down.
But does he regret not winning the AFCON with the Black Stars?
I think it's one of his one of his sad moments. Maybe one day he will speak about all those things.
How about leaving Sunderland?
He never regrets that, and I don't think anybody in our team will regret that, because when you sit outside, you will blame us. At that time, the team needed money. The team wanted to make money. So the team thought they would let him go on the loan and make money. When a loan move was £6 million for a loan move. Was it a half season? Yes. Yeah. So if a club will let you go for a half season for that amount, and they thought they were going to make a lot of money, they convinced him that he should go. And he himself also was earning something that all of us put pressure on our players. You see, there are a lot of things that happen. When they go, we see them in the Premiership, they are playing, but we don't ask ourselves. We expect so much from them, but how much do they earn? Because the taxes and all that, and how much will he even take for himself? And there will be a lot of pressure from outside Ghana, from family, from friends on him. So sometimes when these opportunities come, and he took it, and when he went to UAE, he was scoring left, right, and center, and then he was scoring in the history of his career. Being in the UAE, he scored the highest number of goals. You can calculate later, you put it in this interview, that he scored this number of goals in the national team for the qualifiers and the World Cup qualifiers and the World Cup. He sacrificed so much. In Kantu, he was injected here. He was playing under that situation, and he was being attacked. In Algeria, when he had malaria, the game against Algeria,
very crucial.
He said when, the game was over, so when Wakasu decided to lob the ball ahead, he told himself that, let me go and die. That's what he told me. He said, Sammy, immediately after, he said, Sammy, I said, I'm going to die, because that's the only thing I can do. He saw the ball ahead, and he saw the Algerian guy. The Algerian guy was a younger, I've forgotten his name. He thought Jan was a bit older than him, so then he took off the jet. The guy realized he was overtaking him. And then the thing that he did that made me so proud and so happy. And I was on Joy FM with Tony Bebley, and I said that he will score before the end of the game. Like I did say in this World Cup qualifier that we are going to qualify against Nigeria. And I said that it was 1-1. I said it on so many platforms. So he said, so when he took over, you see the experience he did. The guy was trying to hit him, and when you are running and the defender hits you, it slows you down. He rather hit the guy first. So when the guy was, he hit the guy. So the guy was rather reduced. Yeah. So he got an advantage to go ahead of the guy, and then he finished it with that his technique. That when I get here, this is how I'll play it. He calls it technique. He calls it John. I'm done. If I finish it.
Looking at the current Black Stars, do you think Jan should be included in the squad? If not for a player, maybe he should play a role around the Black Stars in terms of we being at the World Cup, because it looks like his spirit when he's around the Black Stars motivates the players, and now that he's no more, the national motivator is no more there.
This is a very tight question because I'm an executive council member. It's difficult to speak about this because everybody will say that because I'm a Samoa Giants manager, I'll straight away say that he should be in the team. That's up to all of us. Let's look at what he can bring on board. If we think he can bring something special on board, and if we make it a national agenda that the nation needs him, I think if the nation says that, nobody can say no.
We saw Closer playing at a very old age at the World Cup for Germany.
And he scored against us, and he scored another goal. So, like I said, I won't say much. There's the example of Rujamila too. There's the example of so many great players. Some were even older than him. So,
is he working to return to fitness?
Somebody like me, I wish and pray that he will heed to the calls to start working, because he also says he wants to play for Kotoko before he retires, and also maybe another big move before he retires. So that talent that he has, that special touches that he has, there are few strikers. You remember the description Van Nistelrooy gave me? Go and check what Maradona also said about him and all that. Few players has those qualities. Few. And so if he will really work and come back, I'll be very happy, because now it's up to him to work. It's up to him to work. He said it several times that he needs to shed off weight and work, and then his mind should be ready. He should take his mind off the money and the business, and then he works.
All right.
So
you still watching?
Yeah. So enjoy.
Money is very important. So you're still watching Sports Check here on GhanaWeb TV. We're taking a short break, and when we return, we continue with the conversation. My name is Joseph Adamafi, and I'm here with Enim Adu. So you welcome back to Sports Check here on GhanaWeb TV. I'm still here with Samuel Enim Adu. Before the break, we were talking about money.
Who doesn't like money? Is anybody in the world who doesn't like money? Money is very important. The Bible even speaks about it. The good thing is that what do you use your money to do? How much lives do you impact with what you have?
How much did the God factor play in the life of Asamoah Gyan?
It's key. Me. So you can see most of the time I quote a GhanaWeb to me, and I'll never stop quoting it. A GhanaWeb to me. A GhanaWeb to me. To me be any baby. So I believe in that. That's why you see me quoting a GhanaWeb to me. Everybody and somebody will look at me and say, hey, this man is. I heard so many rumors. Some people say I do juju and all.
Yeah.
They can't say it. I believe in the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Creator, the controller of this earth. His power is above every power. He's the only one I believe in. That is why I've gotten to where I am.
That was the scoreline that was ringing through every member of the GFA. Was it planned? That's the question I kept asking myself. Is this, or did you guys see it in a vision?
No, everybody in the way sees his own vision. I had that big conviction. I also pray. I had my quiet moments.
Because it was a very dangerous scoreline.
And if you remember, even in the course of the game, on my Twitter handle, after the first half, I tweeted that the game is over. It is 1-1. It's over. Ghana is going to Qatar. I have some platforms that I told people that we are qualifying. And on CTFM the day before, I was with Bernard Able. To the extent that I even told him that it is Thomas or maybe, but I mentioned Thomas. And on AJ, I said they will shoot. If ever shot, not good punishment bonds, and then they will say that they will complain and say all sort of things. I said it. This is on record. To appeal to Ghanaians, those who think we've done so many things, those who are not happy with some things that we have done. I went down on my knees and I told them we are sorry. They should see us as them, part of them, and they should bring that spirit. Because some of us knew that we needed the spirit of the nation behind the team. The rest of it, we know it's a typical Has and Kotoko game.
Did you agree to Otuado becoming the head coach of the Black Stars? Honestly.
The executive council will always agree to do one thing, and that is what you saw.
But did you personally think?
Yes.
How about Milovan's coming? Do you think
Milovan? I supported it.
Okay.
100%. And I'm also one person who also said he couldn't make it, so he needed to go. And we changed him. When we was coming, I supported it because we needed a quick fix. We needed somebody who understand our game immediately. We had limited time. You know, we needed to take all these decisions, and it was difficult. Yeah. But as leaders, you need to take decisions that will not make everybody happy. But then you know that it's going to impact, and we've achieved what we want.
What's the new plan for the technical team? They were mandated to qualify the country to the World Cup. Now they've achieved their targets. Would they be given an extension, or will we see new faces handling the Black Stars? Is it going to be Otuado, or there's going to be a new face?
The Executive Council will meet, and the decisions that will come out will be something that will help Ghana football. We are not going to take decisions that will be for our interest, but for the Ghana football interest. So if you hear of us after our meeting, you know that this is for the interest of Ghana football, like we've done in the past.
Chris Hughton's arrival, was it imposed, or the GFA agreed to work with him?
Nobody will impose on us. The final decision will always come to us. You can suggest, you can also input, you can also try to tell us that, oh, try this and that. If we look at it in sporting wise, it makes sense. Why not? We'll take it.
Are you impressed with what Coach Otuado has been able to do with the Black Stars in terms of tactics and the way he has been able to gel with the players and everything? Very impressed with Otuado and his technical team. They did the magic. They did it well. You can never say there weren't some times that you will not like some things, but in the final judgment and coming in with the conclusion, you give him full pass mark for a wonderful job. And then in Nigeria, super fantastic technical abilities, the subs, the game management, the keeping the cool, when the referee was trying to frustrate us, everything worked perfectly, and it tells you that they really did their job and they really improve on what they did in Kumasi also to make sure we qualify. So big ups to all of them, Otto, Chris, George, Didi, Olele, the technical team, the backroom staff, George, Dr. Baba and his crew, Kama and all the guys, Charlie, the equipment guys, Sula and all the guys. And then the Executive Council, my president, the president of Ghana Football Association, and the other members of the Executive Council, we all did our part to make sure Ghana will go to the World Cup. It's the biggest thing anybody needs. It's bigger than any other thing that you can imagine in Ghana. This is one thing that will always bring us together and increase and improve productivity of the nation Ghana. So nobody should gamble with qualification to a World Cup. Looking at the group that we are in, Group H, we have Portugal, Korea Republic, and the sworn rivals or enemies, that's Uruguay. What do you make of the draw?
It's a good draw. Now, psychology comes in a lot, especially playing against Portugal and Uruguay. Psychology, the mind will play a lot, and I'm believing we'll work our way out and work on the guys. So because if we put too much revenge in our minds, it can be a problem for us. Okay. It's to also think we are beating somebody before, so we can beat him easily. That one too can be a problem, like Korea Republic. Yeah. They are a very dangerous side. And they are very fast.
They are new coaches.
Exactly. And so these things we need to work our way and make sure psychologically and mentally we are very ready and put our minds, the team's shape, minds and psyche in a way that they will go for the kill. They are not going to gamble. They are not going to entertain any mistakes and play and enjoy their game. One thing is that so that's why you see sometimes they do Jama and all those things. Yeah. They don't need to put pressure on themselves, because when you put too much pressure on, assuming you meet Uruguay and you are too much under pressure that you need to revenge. You go and make mistakes. You didn't take it, they will punish you. The same thing applies to playing against Portugal. If you say you put too much pressure on yourself and you are not that going to enjoy it like Ronaldo, he can easily punish you. So you need to be ready, and you need to be relaxed, you need to play the game and enjoy the game. And the psychologists and the other team members will all have to play their role and make sure the boys are focused and the boys are alert, and composure and concentration. 90 minutes is key. Concentration 90 minutes is key. With that, because if you look at African countries, the split seconds of losing concentration, then we are punished.
Yeah, that's why now people think that having some Ghanaian players of Ghanaian descent in the team is very key. What do you make about we going for the likes of Hudson Odoi, Tariq Lamptey, Mohamed Salisu? In fact, recently they added Edin Ketia to joining the Black Stars for the World Cup. What do you make of them? Are they players that the GFA are making plans to swoop and join the Black Stars, and especially about Mohamed Salisu?
In life, we say never say never. That is what I'll say. Anything and everything is possible. But as at now, until we get to that level, we can't say much. But everything is possible. If the technical team that comes in says we need Salisu, Odoi, Tariq Lamptey, whatever name again, and the players are ready to fight and die for the nation, why not? You can't say that because something happened in the past, you won't go back and do things that was something that you think it was wrong. If we say that all of us, nobody will even be at where we are. A lot of us have wronged in a way, but we all are forgiven and we move on. So if somebody has wronged and we think it was wrong, and the person comes and is ready.
Which player are you talking about? I'm
saying everything about life. I'm not mentioning anybody's name. All of us. That's why I even said it and went down and begged Ghanaians that if all the wrongs we did, that has affected so many people, and their love for the team is down. Their spirit is not for the team. We are pleading with them that they should give their love for the team, and it paid off. So we are human. So like I said, if the person is ready and the technical team thinks he's ready, technically, psychologically, mentally, why not? We need to take everybody.
Okay, finally, as we bring the conversation to an end, let's talk about local football. Just went by was the big game, the Super Clash, Kotoko versus South of Folk. Proud to the match. You had issues about e-ticketing. What is your issue with the NSA? Are they not communicating with the GFA?
I don't have an issue. It's unfortunate. Nobody is against e-ticketing. Nobody at the FA. But it is unfortunate that the NSA always want to use, I keep saying the GFA is not from Afghanistan. The GFA are Ghanaians. Let's stop this thing making it look like this is ours. So when you come, who told you what the football stadium built for? What was the stadium built for? The major reason why the stadium was built.
For football matches, sports and events.
And who is going to play on it?
The same clubs and athletes and players.
Can you imagine AC Milan and Inter Milan playing at San Siro, which is for the states, and then the states says they are printing the tickets for AC Milan and San Siro match?
Never happens.
Let's stop that. And the fact that there was a practice that the NSA does some things, so they will still do it moving forward, it's wrong. When a fan jumped on the pitch in Cape Coast, do you know how much we were fined? You heard it. People reported about it. Was the state fined?
No.
Who was fined?
It was the FA. And
so the management of the football match is for the GFA. The management of the football match is for the GFA. So let's stop this thing and let's stop making it look like GFA is from some other planet. GFA is Ghanaian. GFA is for Ghanaians. GFA are Ghanaians.
But I think Heart of Oak's first leg against Kotoko, they complained that they've not received revenues from gate proceeds. What is the agreement with NSA and the clubs and the FE? Who are supposed to take the proceeds from the gate?
We've even pleaded, we went to Parliament, Select Committee on Sports, that those taxes for football should be reduced. I know some of the industries, they've had some special taxes. But for football, we still pay that high tax, that high value-added tax. And all these things are taken from our money. And we don't even get any money from the state for our domestic leagues. And these people we compete with, that we are complaining that they are better, they have monies from the states before we even add the corporate sponsorship in addition. So we need that support from the states. The NSA support to promote sports and manage the facilities. So when you are supposed to promote something, don't you even have to put money in. Rather, they want to frustrate us with their actions. It's not proper, and I know we are engaging them, and I hope that finally they will really agree that there's a standard cooperation or even agreement by FIFA for all MEs that every ME should comply, so that the protocols for the state and its involvement and the benefits the state should get, and the kind of protocols will be respected for the state and for the ME. That's the member association. But it shouldn't be an imposition. It is not right. If you check the letter from the NSA, it was an imposition. It's not proper. It's unacceptable.
Finally, before we go, I have just two questions. One has to do with salary of players in the Ghana Premier League. Can we get to a point where we'll have the players earning the right amount of money that you yourself, you've been saying that players should be paid that right amount of money, so that we can be able to sell players from the Ghana Premier League $10 million and stuff?
Well, I have a great vision to do something like that, but it's not easy. The economy itself doesn't support us that much. The economy is so... Our economic situation, the country is even in a situation where people's purchasing power is down. You understand me? And we are competing with other brands that are well packaged, that has also had investments. Look at the UK. We watch the UK league, and go and check some years back how much money the states pumped in their league before they've gotten, even just recently. They pump another money again, and they go under 70 and under 20. You can go and research. I've forgotten how much. I think $20 billion pounds or something. And other states are doing it. We are working to make sure we put our brand in the right perspective. We've had too many setbacks, and then COVID and all that. So it's not been easy for us. But I can tell you, all of us will wish that we'll have enough corporate support to be able to raise enough revenue to pay our players well. But I'm saying the state can do better by committing, if it is $5 million a year for the domestic league, that's the domestic league, this is for you, maybe Premier 2 million, Division 1, 1 million, second division, 1 million, Coast football 1 million, then maybe the other one for equipment, infrastructure. That you can do A, B, C, D. Let's say even Premier League and Division 1. You can only do player welfare, which will be regulated at the Ghana Commercial Bank or ADB, most of the states banks. You can pay salaries, you can pay match expenses, which is like the hotel, the fuel, and sports medicine for the guys, and equipment for the players, and the coaches. This money can only be used for this. If we give you this, and you sell a player, instead of us taking only a withholding tax or this tax, we will be able to, you are supposed to pay maybe 15% or whatever percentage of tax from the money you earn out of the transfer to the states, so that we can do more for the states. You think if we do this as a nation, and the state is committing this money, we won't improve our league. We'll be able to pay our players better. And then with that, most of the organizations know that the state is committing this money. They can also come in and add more, so that we can have more. But this, sometimes the hard work, COVID came and we were giving something and all that. Even that one, the FA needed to call and chase. But let's make a deliberate plan that this money is going to be given to you from the state. Well, we love football because we can see what football is doing for the state. Man, we have a team working on that, football's contribution to the gross domestic product, to the GDP. When it comes out, you will see how much Asamoah Gyan alone, the money he has brought into this economy. Talk of Michael Essien, talk of Sule Mutai, talk of Apia, Stephen Apia, talk of a lot, Sami Kufuor. So we should make it a deliberate plan that the state must invest in the domestic league.
We've not spoken about the Asamoah Gyan book launch. The details?
Come 30th April at the Kempinski Hotel, the biggest brand, individual brand, the superstar, the multi-talented superstar. Like I keep saying, I want to know the other superstar who can play music and play it well, and play the instruments well, and dance well, and sing well, and play tennis and play it well. There are few who play other sports, but Baby Jess Own is super. He's amongst the few people.
You're with him in Dubai. The club president that you invited, is he also going to come, and others?
You will see more bigger surprises. There are more legends coming. There too. Drogba, Diop, a lot of great stars are coming. Fadiga, a lot of great stars are coming. Adebayo, Shea, they are all coming to support their brother, and it's going to be wonderful at the Kempinski Hotel. 30th April is a Saturday. Please, when you get your invites, come and have fun. 5 o'clock going, there will be an exhibition where you have a lot of things that you've never seen before about him, the laurels he's won and all that. And you can have time to chit chat with him. And then 6 o'clock, the president, the first gentleman of the land, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, will be the special guest of honor for the occasion. It's going to be a wonderful day, and I'll be proud to see all of you there. It's a special day. The World Asamoah Gyan Day will be on that day. And see you there. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so that was it for Sports Check here on GhanaWeb TV. I hope you are invited for the book launch as well. My name is Joseph Adamofio, and I was glad that I did this with my chairman, Samuel Enim Addo. Unfortunately, we couldn't talk about boxing, but another time, I know we'll do this. Thanks for watching.
Ensuring the institution is licensed. We need to ensure that any institution that we want to patronize, that institution must be licensed. One of the basic requirements to be taken into consideration before investing one's funds with a financial institution is to ensure that the institution in question is registered and licensed by the Bank of Ghana or any of the financial regulators. The license should be displayed prominently in the banking halls of these institutions. One can also get such information from the bank's website, the Bank of Ghana's website.
Welcome to the Lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. This is the most informative socio-political program you can find online. We bring you all the facts and updates on issues that matter to you. My name is Ismail Akwe. In this edition, we are going to discuss the creative arts industry, specifically the movie industry of Ghana. The movie industry of Ghana has brought so much pride to a lot of Ghanaians. However, currently, we have a lot of actors and actresses who are complaining about the way they are being treated, the way the industry is collapsing, and also the lack of jobs, lack of movies, and the competition with Nigeria and other countries that are also very active in the movie industry. We'll be talking with an expert who is an actor himself, and we're going to go into the issues of the movie industry of Ghana. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back from the break. This is the Lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ismail Akwe, and our guest is a veteran actor. I don't know if you are interested in veteran, but he's been acting for so many years. Yeah. He's Eko Blankson. He's also a marketer and also a director and everything you could think of. Welcome, Eko Blankson.
Delighted to be here. Thank you very much, Akwe.
So, how should we describe you? Veteran? Well, what's the meaning of veteran actor, if people go by that?
I think the word veteran means that you're an ace actor. You've been there, you know, for a long time, and therefore you're a known professional. You know, I think that's what it is.
So, how long have you been there? When did you start, if you can remember?
Well, I started. I always say this, but sometimes it's just like a joke. You know, I started in my mother's womb. Don't mind me. But I actually started when I was in Adisadel College. You know, I've done literature through and through. You know, so I started doing theater. You know, and I realized my talent way back when I was in Adisadel. You know, from 1984 to 89 when I finished Form 5 to 91 and when I finished Sixth Form, I was still doing literature. So it was drama is part of literature, the forms of literature. So you get to do some of these things. So we're doing play acting and all of that.
And when did you go behind the camera? I mean, in front of the camera.
Oh, okay, yes. So that would be in I remember and let you know.
Okay, but the circumstances.
Yes, before I went to the University of Ghana, the School of Performing Arts. I was acting on stage again at International Central Gospel Church.
Okay.
That led me to GBC, where we did the Thursday theaters.
Oh, so you were in the Thursday theater?
Yes, so I would say that is when I got in front of the camera.
Okay. And how was it like at that time? Was that your dream? Were you fulfilled? Did you feel that?
Of course. I mean, we all, again, I would say that when I went to the International Central Gospel Church and I joined Being Empowered then, here, I met great guys that I've been seeing on TV. And I was like, whoa, these guys, I see these guys. I was like, and then I realized that, yeah, it's something I really wanted, really, really looked up to do. And so I saw these guys and I was like, okay, it's great to be to be here with some professionals. And of course, it led us, some of our stories were so great that we had to showcase it on the TV theater, and that worked for us.
And at that time, you were yet to go to the University of Ghana.
Yes, I was now going to go to the University of Ghana. So all that interest really moved me from studying law, which my father wanted me to do, you know, and really insisted. But I told him, no, this is not what I want to do. I really have a skill to do, or the talents, not a skill, the talent to do theater. And so I wanted to go to the School of Performing Arts. Yeah, I'd spent some time at the School of Performing Arts, you know, just going to find out what the big guys like Bill Riverson and all Martin Usus were doing. And I thought, yes, this is where I want to be.
And you featured in very prominent movies and very popular movies as well. And I remember you on even Sun City, which was a program that was running, and also some other programs. And currently, you are also featured on some DSTV productions. How different is it from then and now?
Well, the technical dynamics are not different. It is really with the person in terms of what you're doing as an actor and how far you have grown. And so the skill gets developed, You know, first of all, I always want to encourage people to really look at where their talents are and really build on these talents, because then it makes you a better person. That's something that I really had to do. You know, it will interest you to know that the first time I went to the School of Performing Arts, even though I had good grades, I failed the interview. I failed, and I sat home for 1 year. That was because I had butterflies, you know. It wasn't like I didn't have grades or I couldn't do it, but I wasn't prepared. And that's another thing. That's preparation. Get ready to make it happen for you. So the second time I went, now I think I overbashed it, I would say. I say these things every time I'm having to speak with people. And I think that the first failure is not an opportunity for you to quit, but to try it again.
So the different dynamics you're talking about, that's technical.
Yes.
Now let's come to experience. I know there are a lot of younger people in the industry, and we see a lot of them who are also directing movies and producing movies. You are still working with them. You worked with those of the old, and I mean the real veterans who have retired.
Exactly.
How different is it? Do you need to go to the School of Performing Arts to get to that level of, quality?
So Aku, you're going to get me into trouble, because I got into trouble once for saying this, and I think that it will be an opportunity to clear that. What I say is that, look, it is always important to learn on what you already think that you know, all right? It's important. So going to the School of Performing Arts is a very important thing. Going to NAFTI to learn filmmaking is a very, very important thing to do, you know. But however, there are people who are naturally talented, you know, and then they would say, look, I don't have to go to school to be a better actor or to be a better film director or cameraman or lightman or something. Most of the guys have learned on the job, and that's learning. You see what I mean? It's learning. It's not like you just got up and took the camera and then started shooting anything. That would be a novice, you know. So these are the differences of the trade or of the industry. So you need to really understand what you're doing, and before you're able to do this. It's a skill area. The acting itself is a skill area. You need to understand what to do in terms of movement and what not to say and how to modulate your voice, your tones, and all of that. It's a skill area. You've got to learn it. And so that's what I tell people who think that, oh, I can do it. Oh, I love to do it. Okay, yes, you love to do it. It's fine. But try and understudy somebody. I don't say go to school or anything, but understudy somebody. That's learning as well, and then you get better.
So understudying is also enough.
Yes,
for you to be an actor.
Yes, it is. It is great to understudy somebody. I am an actor. If I get somebody that says, look, I want to be an actor. Yes, that's okay, fine. I hold your hand. I teach you a few things. I don't just put you in front of a camera and say, do what you have to do. That will be, you know, leading you to fail. So understudying somebody and also learning, you know, the rudiments of the industry or the skill really helps.
Do you have a problem with Kumawood actors and actresses
you see?
in the industry?
That's where I say I was trying to run away from that.
But they do a lot of understudying.
Yes,
and
that's
open.
Exactly. So you see, I was misunderstood the last time I mentioned about Kumawood actors, because I was asked the question, and I was really misunderstood, and it worried me a bit. But the point is that these guys are really good talents. No two ways about it. We'll talk about the concert party team. We'll talk about these guys who do the tree itself. I mean, it's difficult. I've done English through. If I am a Fanti, if you want me to do a movie in Fanti, it's difficult. These guys are better than I. You understand? And I think that they're great. They've got a skill set that needs to be developed. It needs to be done right. We need to really groom it well and make it big. Well, today, the industry in Kumasi or Kumawood is not as big as it used to be, or vibrant as it used to be. They're still doing it, but it's not as vibrant. Why? is because we have not really taken time to groom these guys. And it was all like, let's go, let's do, that kind of thing is what I was talking about. I'm saying, look, there are agencies. NAFTI is there. Nothing stopped NAFTI from taking Kumawood as a case study, to develop that industry and help them to grow economically, and everything. You understand? So that is where we have a problem. They are great guys. They can do it. They can advance what they are doing and make it really nice.
Are you going to reject a role when you are offered one by a Kumawood producer?
No way. No. I will do it. In fact, I think I have done one.
Okay.
Yes.
Which movie was that?
Well, it's not out yet. It's not out yet. But I've done something called Business. Yes.
And which language do you speak?
I spoke predominantly English.
Okay.
But I had to mix it with Fanti because of the kind of people.
Yeah.
Now, the business, I'm business, and I'm a drug lord, who knows the real business in drug business. So I had to mingle with other people, and stuff like that. So I use the local language, and I think it's nice to mix. It makes you dynamic.
Because they held the industry when the English speaking industry the English speaking part of the industry was not really forthcoming with movies. The Kumawood actors held the industry for a long time, until recently that the entire industry seems to be collapsing or dying, if I may say that. How did you feel at the time when the English movie industry was not really performing? What was really the cause? Was it Nigeria? Because I see people blaming Nigeria for that.
Well, I wouldn't say that it collapsed. I think it was an issue with focus and also funds. So I would say that the Kumawood guys had the liberty to do things on a low budget and still have the story told out there. It was difficult to do that with some of the English ones because then you needed to look at some different kinds of location and stuff like that. We'll come to that. And those are the challenges that the English people had. I mean, if you go to Nigeria right now, there's some big guy there who says, "Look, I have a house that I'm not using. Come use it." He'll feed you on top and give you money. Why? Because he understands the business. He understands that this will help their culture. Is this Nigeria? Is this a house in Nigeria? All these things really, really worked. I don't think that we're getting that.
Bollywood, Nollywood, India, Nigeria, they all thrived on low-budget movies.
Yes.
Pushed it so much that money came in and they started doing, high-budget quality movies. But with Ghana, there was rather a lot of criticism of the low-budget movie industry, which is Kumawood, I may say, in the past. And the criticism went... it affected that industry so much. Don't you think we are being too hard
I think
the Kumawood
yes,
access? I
think we're being too hard. And I'll give you my personal experience. I was going to the US to visit on a holiday, to visit my brother. My brother was like, "Hey, when you're coming, bring me some of your movies from Ghana." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." At that time, I just done Checkmate. We finished Checkmate with Shelley and all that. And I said, "Oh, yeah, I just did one. It's so great." And so I'll bring you. No. Bring me Jacko. Bring me, that kind of thing. That shows that even in the diaspora, where our guys are, they really looked up to these Kumawood guys. It was very important because it was an opportunity. After a hard day's work, you want to come back and laugh. You want to come back and enjoy it. The story is still being told, but in a different way. So we were actually being hard on them. Some of us really criticized. And I think that we were in a minority. The people, those of us who were really criticizing and saying that, "Oh, yeah, these guys should do the thing better," that kind of thing, immediately, and it was quite bad. We just needed to get involved in it and help them and see where they faltered or where they could have been it could have been better.
So you call it a failure on your side?
I would say so. I would
okay.
say so. And I'm not taking myself out of it because, of course, I'm a professional from the School of Performing Arts and everything. I call the directors of NAFTI, all of us. In fact, now that we have the NFA, I mean, this is the time to get into that industry because it's a form of filmmaking, which is good. It has to be done and done right, especially if we do our subtitling so well, we can sell it out. And so it is great. So it hurts me that we have moved from that area and we're doing other things. Indeed, the Kumawood guys, some of them are now doing English movies, and it's surprising.
We'll be talking about the financial aspects of the industry and also the future of the industry right after this break. This is a lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the break. This is the lowdown on GhanaWeb TV, and our guest is Eko Blanksin, a veteran actor or ace actor, whichever way you want to call it. We're talking about some of the things you used to do, and also the introduction of Kumawood, and also how they held the whole industry down for some time. And now we are seeing what we are seeing, which is less movies being produced. We have now a little focus on television series and all of that. But let's go a little way back when there was a transition from cassettes to CDs, and also from CDs now we went to pen drives. From pen drives now we have digital streaming and all of that. And then and now, what is the difference in terms of payment of actors and actresses then and now? And during the transition, was it better during the cassette season, or was it better during the CD season? Did sales affect the pay that was given to actors and actresses?
Okay, so I would say that I may not be an authority in the producing side very much, but I can always mention Venus Productions, Salam. You know, he was big in Opera Square. You know, CDs really sold well, and I think that really gave them some good money. And obviously, once they got money, then they paid actors very well. I think that one of the reasons, I would say, I'm not too sure, but I believe that one of the reasons why Kumawood is not what it is today is because CDs have really gone out of the system, because they were selling a lot, you know. And in the trade, I mean, I've done marketing and stuff like that, so I see them. They're actually selling CDs in the trade on car backs with music and everything. And people were buying, you know. Unfortunately, we have had too many TV stations now, so it was difficult. And TV stations are not really buying the movies. They're not buying movies. What they will do with you is that bring your movie, we'll do barter.
Okay.
I mean, what is that to a producer? You know, he wants the money. He spent used hard cash to get it done, and now you want to take it on barter. It's difficult for them. So I think that those are some of the things. So I think coming to the present stage that we are in now, we need funds. The industry needs funds to operate, and there's so many ways of getting these funds.
How do or would the funds come? Because a lot of people are calling on government. Can you fix the industry? Can you bring some funds and let's do A, B, C? And others also say, well, some funds have been given, but they see nothing. And now they blame associations. I know there's the Actors Guild. There's also the Ghana Academy of Film and Television Arts, which has so many guilds and associations.
Yes,
so
the
how,
ASOGs and all that.
Yeah. So how can they get the funds?
So again, maybe that would be for another platform that you want to have, and have people who have been mooting this for the national industry. Indeed, I think that you will need to speak with some people from the NFA, the National Film Authority. You need to speak with people from the Ghana Actors Guild. You need to speak with people from ASOG and all that. But I can tell you from an actor's point of view, and also from a marketer's point of view, that we have an industry, but we don't have a film economy. So we have a film industry, we have people who make up the film industry, but we lack in the place of film economy. Now, why do I say that? First of all, as a country, we need to understand what our films can do for us. And I'll speak on authority of the fact that I have traveled wide and I know what content does. When I was working for TV3, I had the chance to go to MIPCOM and MIP-TV, where content is displayed at huge Cannes in France, you know, and they sell content. What am I talking about? Bollywood, you see Bollywood, you know, properly displayed. You see Nollywood, Hollywood, you know, and different Canada and all that, you know, preaching their culture through film and all of that. What are we as Ghana doing? Today, look at Nigeria. Nigeria has beaten Bollywood. Bollywood was second in the world. It was Hollywood, then Bollywood, and then Nollywood. But now, Nollywood is second. You know? Well, if the facts have changed, I'm not aware. But as I know that Nollywood has beaten Bollywood.
It would be great to know the source of that information.
Yes, I mean, it says, I mean, I think that it's wide. If you Google it, you can find it. And that's the truth. The reason is that they understand and get funded or get help. Okay? So there's so many things, stages of funding, or the stages that you need money for to do a film. First of all, you need to get your script has to be paid for. Your locations will have to be paid for. Your equipment will have to be paid for. Your actors will have to be paid for. And your hotels or wherever, you know, your welfare has to be paid for and all of that. All right? Now, can't we understand that these things really go to drain our pockets and people can come in and support? And this is where I like the Nigerians. One, they are daring, and so they'll go for it. I'm not saying that we are not daring, but they go for it. They're able to go to a home and say, hey, you know what, this is your house, I'm using it for a film. And luckily, the owner might say, yes, use it. Give me credits, and that's it. Or they want to pay for, you know, that kind of thing. There's enthusiasm already. They see film as part of them. You know, it sells them. Does it sell us? Do we understand that we can sell our culture using film? Do we understand that we can let people know, communicate our agenda and everything in this country through film?
So whose doorstep does this call goes to? Is it the producer?
Well, that is the discussion you probably want to have later with the NFA. Okay, because there's an act. There's a Film Act 935 that has been passed, but obviously they have an LI and all that has to be added to it. I would not speak to that, lest I make mistakes and get my head chopped off. But the issue is that there is so much opportunity that we have to grab from this industry. If the country knows, if the tourism sector knows that we can actually use film to develop Chalewote, festivals, other things that we are doing, they should be able to get involved. Now, there's so many TV stations now. The NCA has given licenses for TV stations and everything, and I worked in the TV station and stuff like that, so I understand what I'm talking about. We don't buy films, or we didn't buy films, but we wanted that content. So what stops us as a country to say, you know what, guys, I want to invest in projects. I want to invest in some content, film, okay, TV series or short films or whatever, time with Nafti and things like that. You know, invest that money and say, I would own the film. Maybe 70% and 30% goes to you so that you can use as your content and also sell to advertisers. After a time, government takes the 70%, goes to a place like France, Cannes, where there's MIPCOM and MIP TV to set up a stage to sell these movies that they have done.
And I hope they are listening, and then at least we could take a step. However, let's talk about the welfare of actors and actresses.
Okay.
Welfare, when we were working or filming with Thursday Theatre, do you remember how much you were paid? That's if you were paid.
I don't remember.
You don't, but were you
I don't
paid?
think no. We're not really paid. It was an opportunity to put our group there. Okay. Those times with Mama Oye and all that. I think that there was some, definitely the TV station was paying, but I don't remember we even asking, because for us it was an opportunity.
But when was the first time you were paid for a movie?
Well, that will be a long time. I'll call it about, say, 20 or 22 years ago. I was paid for adverts.
Okay, not movies.
Yes, first I was paid for adverts, and I was shocked. At that time, I was a student. I was shocked. I would call that money 2,000 now.
Okay.
As a student.
Around 2,000 cedis, the value?
Yes, around 2,000 cedis, the value, yes. And that was a key soap advert.
Key soap?
Yes.
You were on key soap adverts?
Yes. And I was really shocked. I was like, ooh. I mean, I didn't understand. You see, and that's another thing, understanding the industry and understanding what you're worth is another thing that we need to really look at. All right. So then on, I normally have a problem with negotiations with film, you know, and so I really work with people that I can trust, you know, so that if I know that you are not a cheat, then I can do your.
So you were selective about the producers you work with.
I was very selective. I was almost given a name that I call when you go and call him on yet. You know, that he won't do.
And that was because of the payment.
Because I didn't want to come to that discussion where I say add a little, add this. I didn't want that, you know. And I think that should be something that we need to regulate in our industry. HR. If you leave school, there's a minimum that they give to you when you have left, say, you've done your first degree and you come to industry to work, right? Yeah. And then when you grow, then your salary keeps increasing, and there's a range. Why are we not doing that? Our industry is also a professional industry, it's a skill area. Why is it that we do not have that range of salaries that is given to, say, somebody who has been in the industry for more than 23 years, 25 years, myself? How much are you supposed to pay me if I am even featuring in a 1 minute of your film? Because my face would be a selling tool for you. So why are we not doing that? And those are things that I'm talking about that needs, that's the economy that I'm talking about. Then it would lift our business up.
So does that mean all the movies you shot, you were paid?
Yes.
All the movies?
Yes.
And the series as well?
Yes.
Like Sun City?
Yes,
you were
yes,
paid
yes,
for
yes,
that?
Okay.
Yes. And you were paid,
yes.
right?
Some of them you would do on gratis.
Okay.
Because you want to help an upcoming person, you know, and say, hey, you know what, let me help you do this. Because he comes to you and says, I want to come up, I don't have the money. And you can see genuinely that he hasn't got the money. And even if you had money, you would have supported this person. And so I think that this is something that we do sometimes. But we make sure that at least there's value in what you're doing and you're helping somebody.
This is a very popular question that comes up on other interviews where they ask, what have you ever used your movie money to buy? What's the biggest thing you've bought? Did you buy a house with one movie's payment, salary? Did you buy a car? What has the movie money ever bought for you, which is really huge?
Unfortunately, it's a hand-to-mouth salary. It is not. It is not something to. It's not anything to write home about, really. And so I believe that the kinds of things that I have done here. By the way, I've done some Netflix and BBC movies as well. Done some Nollywood's movies and stuff like that.
We'll come to the difference between those industries and ours. Yeah.
But if I was doing a Hollywood, I'm sure that the kind of attention and detail that I attach to filming here, a kind of characterization, I spend time to read scripts, to develop, to ask questions, visit. Sometimes you want to play a madman, and you go and take your time and look at a real madman, and watch the way they do things. Those things, if you were doing that outside, then you can say that yes, you can buy a house, you can buy a car, you can get married. But really, I would say that the monies that we have made, or I have made, I don't know about others, but I have made, has been hand to mouth.
So you've never bought a car out of the movie?
No.
You didn't use that to marry?
My cars that I bought are from corporate salaries and stuff like that. Yes.
So movie salary has never bought you a house, a car? You couldn't use that to even start a project?
It has not. Because the point is that it's even spoiled, before it comes, it's gone. And you sometimes even use it for fuel.
Netflix and BBC and all of that, was their payment structure the same? Was it way better? Was it different?
Way better. Contracts were signed ahead of time. The Netflix one that I did, New Earth Rising, you had to go to, every actor, no matter the stage of, role that you're playing, whether it's minor, major, that you had your room, was a tent, all right, but it was well done, with a sofa, with AC, where you relax, they relax you, they take care of you, and make sure that once you're done, they give you your periodic, they give you a schedule and periodic. Yes, we do all of that here.
We'll come to the details of that right after this break. This is the lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the break. This is a lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ismail Akwe, and I'm here with actor Eko Blankson. So you are taking us through some very interesting stories about acting and also the salary bit of it. And you are giving us a difference between the Netflix production and that of the local. And in the Netflix production, you said you even have a tent for yourself.
Oh, yes,
and
yes.
so many other things. Give us the juicy part of it.
It was so interesting. It was so new, and I was like, oh, okay. We've done the Sean Devereaux story in the past, and you see their setup is really different and really classy, even though they have come to a low budget area. Less the labor and all that, the actors, they come to a low budget thing, they take advantage of that, but at least they treat you well. And then so whatever you get, say if you're getting a 3,000 CDs for a movie that has about 100 scenes, here, with the Netflix, you could get something like 8,000.
Do people get 3,000 CDs for a 100-scene movie?
Less.
Less than 3,000 CDs?
Yes, less.
For 100 scenes?
Yes, less.
And the 100 scenes can be shot in how long?
Well, it depends. It can be shot sometimes in 14 days, sometimes in Yeah. Maybe.
How is the pricing done? Is it based on scenes? Are you paid based on scenes?
Well, right now with DSTV coming in, and thanks to them for at least making us relevant, you know, we're paid per episode.
Per episode.
Per episode.
Okay.
Yes. We're paid per episode.
Whether you appear once or not,
yes,
in one
yes,
scene or
just,
not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it depends on the scenes that you're shooting within the episode.
And with the Netflix production, how was the payment done? Is it for the whole movie?
Yes, for the whole movie. It's negotiated. There, so you have this number of scenes that you have to shoot. And I remember it was just, how many scenes did I shoot? I think was very intense. I think it wouldn't be more than 8 scenes.
8 scenes. And how long did it take to shoot the 8 scenes?
I did it in a day.
In a day?
Yes.
Okay.
1 day.
And what's the range of payments?
Well,
were you paid before or after?
After.
After the movie?
After.
Okay.
They went through an agency, and
Okay.
I believe that if they had come straight to us, it would have been different. So the agency already took their commission. I do not know. I don't want to get into that.
What was the range? Was it
the range was between 5,000 and 8,000.
5,000 and 8,000. Okay. And do you think that was okay? That's standard for 8 scenes?
Yeah, but if I go and do 100 scenes and I'm paid 3,000, 2,000, you know, sometimes 1,500, and then you can come in here and get 8,000, 10,000. It looks good.
Well, your case will be different from a lot of actors and actresses who don't have any side jobs they're doing. I don't know which one is your side job, whether it's the acting that's the side or your main job that's the side. But you have worked in the media, you have worked in the corporate world.
Yes.
You've done so many things in there. Was that a choice? Was it because of the payments, the low payments in the industry?
Well, I say thanks to the School of Performing Arts because it made me whole. So obviously I went to the school and learned drama, theater arts, and majored in directing and everything. But it made me whole. It put me in different areas. So when I realized that, look, this industry was not consistent with how much we were getting paid or what salaries we were getting, or for films, I decided that, well, let me put my skill from the school to use, and therefore I went into marketing, event management, and sponsorship management, and all of that. And all of those things you actually get from the School of Performing Arts. If you do your participations right, you learn all these things. So I think that it's really was a choice. I had to take that route because the passion was big, great to do filming, but if it was paying and it was consistent, then I would have stayed in it through and through. So it has become a side business now.
So that's a side business,
Yes.
and not the movie?
No.
Oh,
Well, no, I mean...
the movie is rather a side
yes,
business.
It's a side business.
So would you advise others to also get other jobs doing while
Yes,
they are acting?
I think that it is important that we understand what we are doing. Understand first your own family, your responsibilities and all of that. You cannot keep up sitting and waiting for an industry that's still trying to make it. If there's another way of getting money, I'd advise you to try and do it. It really takes away the focus sometimes, but it's also important for you to live. It's essential that you must live. Essential that you must take care of your family or your needs. You understand? So if there's something that is giving you some gains, it's important that you do that. I do not say that the movie industry in Ghana will not lift or will not plateau, will not get to an apogee. It will. I believe so from my heart that it will. When that happens, some of us, with our passion and creativity, will definitely follow it.
Unfortunately, Sam Ajetefio Titi can't say the same. Kosher can't say the same. And we have others who are struggling, like William, yes,
Grace Note,
and all the others. Are you a member of any movie association?
Yes, I am
Which
a member
one?
of the Ghana Actors Guild. So that's the association.
Yeah. What do you get from the Ghana Actors Guild? Do they help you negotiate your deals in terms of
Again,
movies
I would
today?
say that is something that is in the pipeline.
Okay.
I think there's we were redrafting our constitutions and all of that, where I think they're insisting, because I am not part of the executive body that they're doing that, but they're insisting that if international movies are coming in or international producers are coming in, they should use the Actors Guild. And I think that it is in the right direction. The things that I've been talking about, once it goes through these things, like remuneration, the HR bit, what are the stages of actors, who are they, what are they worth, then cheating will not come in and people will not feel disgruntled.
And now social security.
Exactly. You see, you don't have social security. What are the taxes? Then we can also even pay taxes. It's regulated well, then we can pay taxes to the government from whatever we are
Currently,
getting.
actors are not paying taxes.
I don't know.
They don't deserve any
I don't know.
social...
I don't know how to even go about it, because at the end of the day, when I collect the money, it's going to some fuel or something, getting me back home.
So if you don't pay SNET any money, and then you go on retirement, that's if there's any retirement for you.
That's it. There's nothing
there's
for
nothing.
you. There's nothing for you.
And you have to beg the association.
Yes.
And you see Ghanaians complaining and blaming associations for not supporting. It means the association has a major role to play. In curtailing the future, or taking care of the future of the actors and actresses.
Indeed, and I think that they're trying. From the things that I've heard, I mean, they're trying to push the NFA to pass the LIs to make sure that we can actually have the acts running and doing. And then these constitutions that I'm talking about, the people would have to go through contracts. You have to sign contracts and stuff like that. And one of the things that will be in the contract is to pay my social security, in the contracts, and then or the tax that you have, the tax component. And I have to make sure that you have actually paid my tax out of the money that you're giving to me. These are things that we have to do. And I'm in business and I know governance, so I understand that these things ought to be done well. But they have to be done rightly. They have to be done when we know that the structures are right. And we are actually giving to our people. Look at Sam Adjetifu, my brother. I mean, look at the embarrassment, that came with him at the end of the day. But the guy was being real. He didn't have it. You understand? He didn't have it. I mean, this is a guy who was really entertained us and everything. Can you equate your stress level with it being moved away with Adjetifu just making you laugh? Can you equate it? You could have died out of that stress. He might have saved you. You understand? Things like that. At least we should pay for that. I'm not saying that government come to give Adjetifu money or give me money or anything. No. All I'm saying is that get structures in place. Make sure that things are working. Invest in what we are doing. Even if you have to even own it partly, let us know that, okay, I'm investing this, I'm owning this way, that kind of thing, so that you pay these guys who are aiding us to do this thing right. And people will be happy. I'm sure we can buy a house. And we can live right. We don't have to buy a taxi for our sons.
So do you foresee another golden era for the Ghana movie industry? And when do you think that could come up?
Well, I see that coming very soon. I see that coming very soon. The people at the NFA understand what they are doing, and so there's also the classification boards and everything. We've got great stories to tell. And today, if you go to your grandmother and go and ask for one story, you would see that she can give you 10 various stories that you can actually put together. So we've got great stories that we have to tell. My grandmother, who died 115 years, could tell you about Nkrumah as if she was sitting with you. These are things that we really lack. We need to get to that point. I believe that we would hit it. We would hit it. We would, I believe that the structures will be right, and then we'll get there. I believe in it.
Would you encourage your son who wants to quit, let's say, another profession, to go into movies? Would you advise him to go into it?
I did it. I did it. I told my father, look, I want to go into theater arts. I want to go into the arts. I want to do filming. I want to do acting and all that. Indeed, it was not filming then at the time. It was just theater that I really enjoyed. But then I moved into branch into film, which is great. And so I did it. And I believe that if it is a passion for whoever, my son, I believe that he will be able to excel in it. He may not be here in this country. I mean, I went to the New York Film Academy after the first week I left. I had to come back home. Probably if I had stayed in America in the New York Film Academy, probably would be doing great.
Well, here you are talking about outside the country.
Yes.
I mean inside. If
Inside.
your son wants to do
It's
or pursue acting in Ghana,
he can do it.
Is this advice
I will
that he
advise.
does, despite the financial issues and all the other issues that come with
I
it?
will advise on the basis of passion. I advise on the basis of interests, and whatever you put your heart to, I think, and you're consistent with it, you can make some money out of it. Who knows? He, my son, will be one of the architects of change.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ekoblankson. This is the Lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ismail Akwe. Watch us every Monday on all of GhanaWeb's digital channels and on GhanaWeb TV. Be safe.
A couple of days ago, social media was hit with a viral video of a man threatening to behead another. Today on Say It Loud, we are with the victim to speak to him about his ordeal. My name is George AC, and this is Say It Loud. We'll be right back. So welcome back. This is Say It Loud on GhanaWeb TV with me, George AC, and as indicated earlier, I am with Idris Yusuf, the victim in a viral video where a man was seen threatening to behead another. We speak to him about his traumatic experience and the quest for him to get justice. Idris, welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
How do you feel? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. But I just have a headache.
Is it?
Yeah.
Does your headache have anything to do with the experience?
Yeah, you know, since that day, I'm not feeling better, you know, from my head. Yeah.
Is it as a result of you like having flashbacks of the whole situation, or?
Yeah.
So it keeps coming back to you?
Yes. Yes. Even when I watch the video, it's like driving me crazy. Yeah.
When exactly did this happen?
Oh, it happened on Saturday.
And today is what? Thursday?
Yeah. It was Thursday. It happened on last Saturday.
Because we started seeing the videos on social media around Tuesday.
Yeah.
So walk us through how everything unfolded on Saturday.
Yeah. What happened is, you know, I sell on Oxford Street, Osu. So
what do you sell?
I do artworks. I sell beads, and then I made my own shoes too. Yeah. And I made my own shoes too. So where I do my business, this Lebanese guy just came and parked his car in front of my shop where I do my business. And we have a parking place there too. So I told him to park his car well at the parking place. That's what I've told him.
Was it immediately when he parked? Or?
No, almost an hour. So I can't do that. You can't just park car just like that, and I told him no.
Okay, so you were thinking, oh,
he will
leave soon.
Yeah, he will be leaving soon. So, almost an hour. So I was like, no, I have to give him a parking place so that he can park his car. So I also do my business. That's what I've told him. And then he just came out from the car. He started me, hey, you mad? Are you crazy? I'll kill you out. So I was like,
Just because you asked him?
Just I told him to park his car well. I didn't tell him anything wrong. People are there. People have seen it. I have more witness. So after the argument, and then he went home to bring that long saw. So I was sitting down when people started shouting, hey, Rasta is coming, he's coming back with the... And I run.
So when you had a confrontation with him earlier,
yeah,
he went away.
He went away. So I thought we have done, so he's going. And he came back with that long saw.
Then what happened?
And I run. I run to a shop close to me. And then he came in front of the shop. If you watch the video, you can see what he's doing.
What prevented him from coming into the shop?
I've closed the shop. I'm in when I lock it inside. So he can't come inside. So it was like, he's even trying to break the door to come in.
So you are sure he would have entered if he had the opportunity?
My brother, I don't think I can even talk to you people like this if you've got me. It's very, very serious.
What was going through your mind through all that time?
All that time I was driving crazy. My mind is far. I was like, why? What is going on? I don't know. I really confused. My brother. I don't know.
So you really felt threatened?
Serious. Since that day, I can't even sleep. I'm telling my brother. I feel very bad, and I'm feeling headache. My head. I'm feeling headache. I feel pains. I was like, what is wrong with me?
What happened? How did he go away?
You know, because people are there. Nobody can go to him because of the long saw he had. So he went and then go back to the car with one of his colleagues. Then they drive away.
Is he someone that often comes to the place?
Like how?
Is he someone that comes to your place often? Is he somebody that you see around?
He always come around. He came and gone because they have their own shop opposite where I do my business.
Do you have any relationship with him? Have you encountered him before?
No. We never talked before.
But
I never spoke with him before.
You do see him around?
Yeah, I always see him around. What I know is you work at the shop, go and come, and that's all.
So it was after, trying to get to you without success that he just decided to leave. Nobody actually did anything to him or anything?
No.
Did anybody consider calling the police at that point?
At that moment, one of my friends ran to the police station. So he's the first person to do the report before I went there. I went to the station to do my report.
So he went to the police station whilst the thing was happening? Did the police come around?
Yeah, the police come around.
But then he had left?
Before that time, he had left.
So what happened after the police came?
After the police came, I wrote my statement, we do everything, and then the police are looking for him. And he went and hid himself. You see? So a couple of days, and then I've got a call from the IGP himself. Almost 3 days after what happened.
Yeah.
And then IGP himself called me, asked me what happened, and I explained it to him. And IGP himself drive his car to my place where the incident happened. And he saw the thing, he said, no, he will get that boy. Within 30 minutes, and then he called me back, he said he have arrested him. That's it. So thanks for Ghana police, they have made their work.
As of the time you had met the IGP, he was still on the run?
Yes. At that time, we didn't got him.
And after the meeting with the IGP?
After meeting with the IGP, within 30 minutes, I'm telling you.
How does that make you feel?
I feel okay. But all thanks going to the Ghana police, they have made their job.
What was the conversation with the IGP like?
The IGP was like, I should do my business, and then he will support me do my business. So I should not be afraid, and he will get him for me. And then surely he has get him. So I really appreciate it.
So we are speaking with Yusuf Idrisu about his encounter with a man suspected to be a Lebanese who had threatened him with a sword to behead him. He still feels traumatized. And when we return from this break, we will speak to him about his quest to find justice. He has been to court to get processes going. We'll be right back.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking,
thank you,
And your favorite mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
So welcome back. This is Say Loud on GhanaWeb TV with me, George AC. We are in the neighborhoods of Nima here in Accra, where we are speaking to Idris Yusuf, who has been telling us about his experience with a Lebanese man who threatened to behead him with a sword. The man has been arrested. They were in court today, so now we asked him about the quest to get him justice. Idris, what happened in court today?
Oh, you know, the lawyers and then the judges, they have made their own. What all they've said is they have to remind him for a week. So now they reminded him for a week, 22nd of this month, he will be going back to court. Why? Because his lawyer was pretending that he has a mental problem. So they took him to the hospital and check what's wrong with him. And then 22nd, we'll be going back to the court and see what the judge is going to say.
So the judge has essentially reminded him for a week and has ordered for a psychological review.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
But what do you expect out of this process? Him arrested. Yes, he has been arrested. But what exactly are you looking out for?
What I'm looking out for is, you know, I'm doing business. I'm a business guy. And where I am, I don't think his people will be like, feel good about me. I think they will always plan to get me off from where I am. So all I need is people should help me to get standard to do my business. Because where I am, I don't have that kind of freedom. There is a lot of Lebanese people there.
Now you feel threatened?
Yes.
You are talking about his people. Has it?
Yes.
Did any of them try to contact you after the incident?
His people came to me.
When was that?
They came with apologize for me to release the case.
When was that?
That was yesterday. And then today, even today, they came to me. We are with them when we are going to the court. They try to apologize, and then, by how I see their actions, I'm afraid of where I am now. I don't know what is going to happen next.
But about the apology, what was your response?
I'm okay. I'm okay, but now I don't have anything to say about the case because it's with IGP. IGP, they have to go and see IGP. For me, I don't have anything to say. Yeah. So that's what I've told them. I've told them they should call the IGP and then they should speak to him. Whatever, I'm okay. Yeah.
You came face to face with a man that threatened to essentially end your life today. How was the feeling when you saw him today in court?
I feel very bad. I feel very bad. And he himself is trying to apologize because I don't know. I feel very bad for him. Yeah, I feel very bad. So the police will see what they can do. I mean, now when the IGP called me and I know what to tell him so that maybe, I don't know.
Did he say anything to you?
He's trying to apologize to me.
So what did he say?
He's just doing this. He's just doing this to me because he's in handcuffed.
And what did you do? What did you say back to him?
I told him he should calm down. He should calm down. By the case, definitely it will done. Yeah.
Okay. I understand when the IGP reached out to you, he offered you psychological assistance.
Yeah.
How is that going? How is that helping you?
Oh, it helps me very. I've got some drugs from the hospital, and I keep on taking them. But I'm okay now.
Did you meet a therapist?
Yes.
What conversation transpired?
They just want me to calm down. Yeah, and then they taught me one of two things that I should do for myself, and then I should ease down.
Is that helping you to manage the situation?
Even the tablets that they give me,
When you
works.
take it,
Yeah,
you feel okay.
Yeah, I feel better.
But beyond that, how is this whole thing playing in your mind?
Yes, that's what I'm imagining. I don't know when this is going to leave because I still have it in mind. Yeah, it keep on coming. It keep on coming. But I pray that by tomorrow or by the next day, maybe my mind will be free. Inshallah.
We are in the month of Ramadan,
Yes.
so I pray your prayer will be heard.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Okay, Yusuf. So yes, your case is now in court, and things are moving at some pace. We would want to talk about your personal life. Nima is one interesting place to be.
Yeah.
So, you grew up in Nima.
I was born in Nima, grew up in Nima, school in Nima. I never traveled in my life. That is why I was born and grew.
How did you take up your current job?
You know, let me put it in this way. Where I learned my work, you know, my shoes, when you go to my page, you will see I'm making a shoes. I learned it in Akwalaboni before. I'm very, very stubborn. So that's where I went and learned those kind of stuff, handcraft.
What sent you there?
I was stubborn. I fight with someone when they took me there.
How many
so
years?
I learned from there.
How many years did you spend there?
3 years.
Which year was that?
That was 2007. And I came 2010. So from there, you know, when you went to Buster, now they changed it to Buster to SCC, Senior Correctional Center. So that's where I learned. I learned a lot from there. So from there, I came out with support from the prison officers. You see it? So as I've came out, I was not like, no, I don't want to go back to that place. So I have to try my best and do whatever to help myself. So I started doing those shoes that I learned from Buster. Those shoes, I learned it from there. So I started doing it small at Osu. Osu is a tourism place. And what I'm doing is a tourism work. Ghanaians are not into it like this. So I find a place there, started doing my business, small. That's it. And then it's moving. Everything is moving well with me. If not this Lebanese guy just trying to confuse me on what I'm doing, I'm okay.
So your time at the correction facility, how has it impacted your life?
He has changed me. I came out, I've seen a difference of change. I've seen a lot of change. Yeah, because I went there and learned. I learned a lot.
Had it not been for the things you said you learned there, how it changed you? Like by now, how do you see your life? What would have happened?
Oh, I don't think by this time I'm even alive, because at that time I'm very, very stubborn. Even when the incident happened, people was like, hey, this guy, hey, what this guy would do, you go and bring him. No. No, not like that. Not like before. Yeah.
So
not like before.
The situation would have been different if you were your old self.
Yes.
Like what would have happened?
I think we will even kill ourselves. Either he will kill me or I will kill him. Yes. So where I went, I learned a lot. So I know the law. I know how the laws goes. Yes.
You mentioned about the fact that maybe you would have gotten your people involved.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Nima, right?
Just imagine, I have a lot of friends from Nima here. And you know, when you mention the name Nima, everybody knows, hey. Everybody knows, hey, Nima, this and this and that. So at that moment, I took moto, I took Okada bike. Everybody knows, hey, he's going to bring the Nima squad. Hey. Not like that. Nima, now we are in new Nima, not in the old Nima. Now Nima, we don't like those kind of virus.
What causes you, like your people,
yeah,
to come out for each other like that?
You know, we love each other. We here, we are full of royalty. We are like family. If you hate me, you hate the whole team.
That is the principle
That's
for everyone in Nima.
So even they hear this case, they was like, why you didn't call them, do this? I was like, no. No one is about the law. So we send the case to the police. So the police will deal with him. So that's what I tell my people. And everybody came down. Everybody was like, that's the right thing we have made. As I've told you already, now we are in a new Nima, not in the old Nima. So before, how people thought Nima boys who this and that. No, not like that.
What is the new Nima all about?
It's about changes. You can see, for me, as example, I've changed. I'm from Nima. I never traveled in my life. I'm 32 years.
So when you hear people saying stuff about Nima, trying to paint a picture that is not too good, how do you feel, and what would you want to tell those people?
I feel very bad if I've heard someone talking something bad about Nima. Nima is a blessing place. Before and then now is different. There is more difference in. Just imagine 2 years time, 2 years, way back 2 years, and then today. When you look into it, you will say, no, you yourself, you have changed. You get me? Yeah, every year, and then what happens in. So Nima have totally changed without short time, not like before in 90s. No. Now we are in 2000s. Yeah. In 90s, Nima is very tough. When in 90s, people are talking this and that about Nima, and then it's true. But now, not like that.
Okay. I see you are a Rasta man. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I'm a Rasta. You know, Rasta still a Rasta. No, Rasta is not about the hair. Yeah, I'm a Rasta from the heart. Yes. And then, why people call me Rasta? Because of I'm full of conscience. Yeah, I'm full of conscience. Yeah, I didn't name myself Rasta. I did not name myself like Rasta. No, people call me Rasta. Rasta do it. That's my name. When you go to my page on Instagram, it's Do It Ghana.
That's where you display your
my artworks.
Okay.
That's where I put it.
Okay.
Yeah, Do It Ghana. When you look at it, you will see me there.
If you are given the opportunity to speak directly to your attacker and tell him something, what would you tell him?
Oh, what I would tell him, he should calm down. And then those kind of mistake, you should never do that again. Yes, it's very, very risky. Until now, I have that in mind. I don't know when he's going to leave. Yeah, so you should be very careful of what he's doing. Not him alone, everybody should be very careful. But using that saw, it's risky, or a gun, very risky. Yeah.
Rasta preaches peace.
Yes, of course.
So what would Rasta say?
Yo, peace and love to one and all. Respect.
Thank you. So yes, it has been another episode of Say It Loud on GhanaWeb TV with me, George AEC, and we had Yusuf Idrisu. We visited him in his neighborhood here in Nima in Accra, where we have been speaking with him about his encounter with a Lebanese man who threatened him with a sword to behead him. The incident, a video of the incident had gone viral on social media, and the police, upon chancing on the video, took action, and the suspect has since been arrested. He's currently facing the law. The Inspector General of Police has also reached out to Yusuf, and he's expecting justice. Until we meet for our next episode, I'm always happy to serve you. Bye.
Welcome to another episode of Diaspora Link here exclusively on GhanaWeb TV. I am your host, as always, Diallo Sumbri. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited about the interview we have this week with a good friend of mine, Karen Johnson, who's relocated from LA to Accra. Let's find out a little bit more about Karen, and then let's dive into the interview. Let's go. So before we dive into this interview with today's guest, Karen Johnson, let's get to know a little bit about Karen. Karen.
Yeah.
This is something we do called choices.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Okay.
I give you two choices. You pick one, and you tell us why.
Okay.
Right?
Love it.
Okay. You ready to go?
Ready.
There we go. LA or DC?
LA.
Why?
I'm from there, you know. If I got to choose a coast, you know.
If you got to choose a coast, let it be the West.
Yeah.
Let it be the West.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. Some nice, good home cooked macaroni and cheese, or jollof rice.
Macaroni and cheese.
All day mac and cheese.
All day.
Jollof can't touch it.
No, I don't even like rice.
Oh, how are you surviving here without liking
No,
rice?
I don't even like
All right,
rice.
all right,
Yeah,
all right.
macaroni and cheese for sure.
I got you. Whew. I got another one for you. All right, next. You've been in Ghana for a little while, so banku versus fufu.
Neither.
Neither?
Neither.
You don't like banku?
No.
And you don't like fufu?
If I had to, omotu. What is it?
Omotu?
Omotu.
Rice balls.
Yes. Can I pick that?
Omotu. You pick omotu. No banku. No fufu.
I eat all of them, but I like omotu.
No problem.
Okay.
Even though that wasn't one of the choices.
Okay.
I've never met anyone that doesn't like banku or fufu.
It's not don't like, but choice.
It's not one of your top choices.
Yeah, I eat them all.
All right, I got you. All right, how about this? Twist or Bloom Bar?
Ooh.
I know you go out to the club, so let me see.
Bloom Bar.
Bloom Bar over Twist. Why Bloom Bar?
Bloom Bar, you know, like every time I go out, I always have a good time, and I like the open air.
Okay.
And I feel like it's just like a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Unlike Twist, which I love, but it's a club. So if you've been to any club,
you feel
you've
like
been
you feel like you've been
I'll
there.
say Bloom.
Okay. How about this? And I'm talking about neighborhoods here. Osu or Laboni?
Oh, Laboni.
You like Laboni? So why Laboni over Osu?
I'm a suburban person.
Okay.
I like to be like near the action, but not in it. So I think Laboni, you know, you can get, but yeah.
Laboni, that's actually a perfect example.
Yeah.
A perfect example. Yeah. Okay, one more.
Okay.
Since we know you don't like rice,
Mm-hmm.
and we know you don't like banku,
Mm-hmm.
and we know you don't. Well, not that you don't like it, but it's not one of your favorites. We're gonna go to good old American sweet potato pie versus apple pie.
I'm stressed out. Because this is where
sweet potato pie
everybody's going to be
pie.
like, she said what? But apple pie with cheese and ice cream. That's my favorite.
That's not weird to me. So I've heard about this cheese on apple pie thing. I mean, it's not. I'm a sweet potato pie guy, though, all day.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We all have, no, it's okay. The point of us playing this choices game is for us to remember and recognize that every day we all make different choices. We make different choices that we don't even really think about. It's just we make choices based on the things that we like, based on the things that we're comfortable with, based on where we're from. And our choices should never divide us. Our choices should only serve to help us get to know each other better so that we can be more unified. Choices. Okay, next up, top 5.
Okay.
Are you ready for top 5?
I'm ready.
Okay, top 5 is simple. I'm going to give you 5 categories.
All right.
And you choose.
Okay.
You give us one top of each category.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I thought I was ready.
Pressure.
Pressure.
Pressure bust pipes. Okay, number 1, favorite book of all time. Now, let me explain this top 5. If it's not your favorite, like, you just choose one for us and tell us why.
Okay. Yassi's actually Transcendent Kingdom, her latest work.
Transcendent Kingdom by Ya
Gyasi.
Gyasi. Ya Gyasi. Okay. Transcendent Kingdom. Why that book?
It gives such a multi-dimensional look at a Ghanaian immigrant's life living in Alabama and confronting racism, but also confronting mental health issues. And it goes back and forth in such a way that I identified with every character. And I just love, she's a Ghanaian American author.
Okay.
Her name is Ya, which my name is Ya, technically born on Thursday.
Okay.
So I felt like I actually went into her world and I loved it.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay, how about this? Favorite sport?
Ooh, I'm
You
big.
can only choose one.
Only choose one. To play or to watch? Okay, volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yeah.
To play and to watch?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you play volleyball?
Yeah.
Okay. You played in high school?
school.
College?
No.
High school.
No, I was a dancer.
Nice.
Drop it like it's hot. But no, I have like, you know, sometimes when you have like anger management issues, you just hit the ball and it's like, like I love that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Volleyball it is.
Volleyball.
All right. Favorite food. It can be a type of food
Easy.
or a specific
Done.
dish.
Mexican guacamole every day, like every
Chips
type.
and guacamole.
Every day.
Taco
of my
Tuesday.
life. Every day.
La Cochina.
La Cochina, La Borracha, like my house, like, yeah. And when I go back and forth, I always bring like refried beans. I always bring tortilla, like Mexican guacamole.
Guacamole.
By itself.
Just guacamole.
Just by itself.
With chips, with.
Not even with like.
Just you can just eat guacamole with a spoon.
Yeah, and I do.
Wow,
I do.
Wow. I'm gonna have to make you some of my avocado toast. I think I make like the best avocado toast in like a 5,000-mile radius or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, when you're saying food, like it's hard to choose because I'm greedy, so I'll eat anything. Like,
I'm greedy too.
Yeah.
All right, so next, favorite musical artists across all genre of all time. You can only pick one.
I'm so sorry, Drake. Nina Simone.
Nina Simone. No, that's, I see, you know, so I'm a Drake fan. But Drake and Nina, I can't even, I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Drake would get it.
No, I think he would get it. He probably would say, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't pick Nina Simone over me either.
Yeah.
I get it.
Nina.
Okay. Favorite place to vacation. It could be a place that you've already been, or it could be a place that you want to go.
I would say Reykjavik. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Reykjavik, Iceland was top 2 and not 2. Like, it was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
What was it about it?
You know, like it was just clean air, nice people, seeing very different environments, like seeing a geyser. I don't think I've ever seen a geyser, and being in a hot spring and these volcanoes and black sand beaches and more than 12 hours were darkness. So it was off the beaten path, and it was kind of in the time that I needed a getaway. So
You needed to be there. So
I should probably learn how to pronounce that place, but that place, that part, Iceland.
Say it again.
That
part.
Reykjavik.
That part. So that is our top 5. Why do we do top 5? What you should know is that as you begin to travel and move around the diaspora, especially if you're moving from London, America, the Caribbean, or whatever, to an African country, one good way to get to meet somebody is to find out their top 5. Again, our focus is figuring out a way to help us bring each other closer together. And I know it's kind of weird, right? You're not going to sit next to somebody waiting to board a plane and be like, hey, what's your top 5? They might be like, what? I'm not sitting next to this crazy guy. But it works. So make sure you ask someone's top 5 as you're getting to know them. Especially if you're dating or something like that, you can just play your own little dating game. But we're going to get more into that. So let's dive into the interview and learn more about our guest, Karen Johnson. And we are back with another exciting guest and another exciting episode of Diaspora Link. We've already found out a little bit about our guest. Now let's dive into the interview and help me welcome Karen Johnson. Karen.
Hi.
My sister.
My brother.
How are you?
I want a hug.
You want a hug? No problem. No problem.
My brother. Thank you.
No problem. Don't try that at home, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
We don't want anybody getting hurt.
No. No.
All right. So, Karen.
Diallo.
What brings you to Accra?
Ooh,
That's a big question, right?
Ooh, it's such a big question. It's like juicy. I've been coming to Accra since 2016.
Okay.
And I came here for the first time for vacation. I was actually going to South Africa for a music festival. The flight was way too long from Los Angeles. Had to figure out where to break it up. And I was like, let me break it up in Accra. So I came here for 5 days, and I was like, what?
This is 2016?
Yes.
Okay.
2016, way before the year of return.
Right.
Which, you know, I came back for that as well. But I came for a vacation, and I came for just maybe 5 days, 6 days. And I was like, you know, I got the bug. It felt good on me.
5 days.
Yeah, in one day.
In one
day.
day.
The first 24
on
hours.
Your first day, your first 24 hours,
First
you got
24 hours.
bit by the Ghana bug.
For sure. I went to this lounge in Osu, a rooftop lounge, and I was talking to someone, and this guy goes, "How are you liking Ghana so far?" I said, "How do you know I've never been to Ghana?" He's like, "Oh, I can see you glowing." So that's like the first 24 hours for me.
Okay.
And I kept coming back and forth, each time longer and longer.
Okay.
And then I just made the move last year. I was like, I can't have my epicenter be in the States.
So you made the move in 2020.
Yeah, in
during,
COVID.
During the pandemic. Okay,
the
so
pandemic.
all right, so this is what we're going to do. Now let's backtrack. We're going to get back. We're going to come back to you being here and what you're doing here. Now, let's tell everybody, where are you from?
Okay, from Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
Originally, born and raised, and then I went to college in Washington, D.C. So I always say I came of age in D.C.
Okay.
But those two are my anchors.
So elementary school, middle school, high school, all of that L.A.
Yep.
In L.A., like
Proper.
LA count, L.A. proper, within the tax-paying lines of L.A.
Yep, like if I didn't have on heels, I'd probably do the Crip Walk or something like that, but it's okay. I could beat my feet too, but you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you went to D.C. for school.
Yeah, I went to undergrad there.
Where did you go to school in D.C.?
The American University, once an Eagle, always an Eagle.
Ah, okay. You know, it's all. You know what I appreciate about AU? I went to UDC, right up the street, and our library was not 24 hours.
Yeah.
In my grad school, I spent a lot of time in AU libraries studying literary criticism.
Yeah. I mean, AU's campus is beautiful.
Beautiful
and,
campus.
You know, we've done a great deal of diversity, equity, and inclusion work.
Yep.
I think when I was there, and I don't want to date myself, but I was there in...
Don't worry, you ain't got to tell us.
Okay. But there were very few students of color. And those of us who were there, it was actually, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but it was like my first time being introduced to a lot of the diversity in African culture, because where I'm from in LA, we mostly have Ethiopians.
Okay.
And everyone thinks I'm Ethiopian, so I got like roped into feeling like an honorary Ethiopian. But when I went to college, I was like, wow, like this is really opening my mind. So that was my first curiosity really about the continent.
You know, you just brought up something interesting, because a lot of people don't talk about the diversity in African cultures.
Correct.
So when you grew up in LA, you were mainly around Ethiopian culture.
Yeah.
So West African culture, South African culture, things that a lot of people are more familiar with now wasn't necessarily present when you were growing up.
Not at all. Or if it was, I wasn't, you know,
right,
exposed to it.
Okay.
So that might have been my own miseducation, misinformation. But yeah, by the time I went to school in the East Coast and met my Ivorians, you know, I was like, oh, what is this?
Right.
So yeah.
So AU, so you went to college in D.C. and then from D.C.
Stayed. I worked on Capitol Hill.
Okay.
I worked
What
on...
did you do on Capitol Hill?
I worked on both the House and Senate side. So when I was working on the House side, I worked for... This is going to date myself. Dang. I worked for...
Don't worry. You look good, sis. You look good. You look
okay.
good.
Well,
so
you know, black don't
whatever
crack.
date it is, it's okay.
So this was about 2005, 2006.
Okay.
And I worked for, at that time, Ways and Means Chair Charlie Rangel.
Okay.
And then I went over, and again, dating myself, I worked for Senator Clinton when she was a senator.
Okay.
So I worked basically on those two sides of government, and then from there went to work on the Hillary Clinton campaign on her first presidential primary run.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and stayed, went all the way through when she was working at the State Department. I worked at USAID.
Okay.
I went back to school. I left when I was 30.
Wow.
So
okay.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. No problem. Yesterday it is. All right. So you mentioned that you were on your way to South Africa.
Yeah.
Right. And you stopped in Ghana.
Yeah.
So you've been to South Africa. You've been to Ghana. Are there other African countries that you visited?
Yeah. I've been to Morocco.
Okay.
Which was lovely. Again, this diversity of the African continent. Yep. Morocco is like way heads and tails different in terms of shape, texture, dimension, culture, food, language, the whole smell, experience.
I need to go back to Morocco.
I
was only in Casablanca, and I need to go to Marrakesh.
Okay, see, I went to Casablanca, Marrakesh, and Chefchaouen.
Okay.
And even want to go back myself to Fez, and you know.
A friend of mine told me Fez is the jewel of Morocco. Anyway, we're not going to get too...
We just gonna go.
I got you. Okay, so
There's a
Morocco, South Africa, Ghana,
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
I just came back from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to South Africa multiple times.
Okay.
And then one of the times that I was there, I was working on a documentary with my sister.
Okay.
So really had a deep dive into a lot of the anti-apartheid struggles that this one particular character that we were profiling went through. So that was really intense. And then Kenya.
Kenya. Okay, nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do now is dive into the game that we love called Africa in 60. Okay. So, Africa in 60 is really simple, where we challenge our guests to name as many African countries as they can in 60 seconds.
Oh.
See, okay, we got that competition is coming. Look. And look, everybody wants to know the leaderboard. How am I doing? How did I do against other people? We're going to put the leaderboard up at some point. So,
all right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Is my timer starting?
Who am I looking at?
You looking at me. Don't worry about nobody else. This is between me and you. We're going to count. Okay.
Every time I say it, though, you need to be like,
No. We're going to keep count. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Angola, Algeria, Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan, Republic of Congo, Nigeria, Benin, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Togo, Ghana, of course, Kenya, of course, South Africa, Botswana, Tanzania. There are so many. Let me go back up to the north. Let me get Libya, Morocco. Did I say Algeria?
Nope, Algeria.
Okay, Algeria. Equatorial Guinea.
Nice.
What are my ECOWAS countries? Okay, Liberia. Did I say Cote d'Ivoire?
Nope.
Okay. Give me. See, now I'm feeling stressed because I was off to a really good start.
We got some more in the east.
Okay, Botswana.
Go east.
Obviously Ethiopia. How did I miss that? Eritrea.
Okay, that's it. Time up.
Dang.
You got about 25. You did
That's
good.
only half, though.
Yo, you did a good job. I mean, everybody feels like they should have done better, but when the pressure is on, it's different.
Yeah.
You could be looking at the African map all day, every day, but when the pressure is on, it's different.
Yeah, because I missed Chad, I missed Uganda, I missed Rwanda.
Hey, don't try to add Zamunda and Wakanda. You forgot Zamunda and Wakanda. Don't try to add any more. But, ladies and gentlemen, Africa in 60. Why do we play Africa in 60? We want you to know that Africa is a large continent. It's diverse. There are 54 countries. In each country, there are multiple languages. There are multiple cultures. So there's so much happening on this continent that when you think about Africa, make sure you just don't think Africa is one place. No one speaks African. It's a whole wide, vast land. So let's respect that. All right, let's get back to the interview.
I love it.
You like that? See, that's why we didn't prepare you for that, because we wanted to see how. But you was ready though. You got to the edge of the chair. You was ready to get it. Okay, so we talked about you in AU, and then you working on the Hill, House of Representatives, and the Senate. So at some point you stopped doing that and you decided to do something else.
Yeah. So at some point Hillary Clinton lost her election. So and I mean the second one, right? So at that point, I felt that I had put all my chips in the political basket, and I actually really wasn't getting out of it what I wanted, not just in terms of employment, but in terms of satisfaction. So I had a house in D.C. that I sold, made a bunch of money, and I did what I felt a lot of people don't really get an opportunity to do, which is at 30, paid off all my debt and traveled. So I went everywhere. I was like a traveling fool, and it was like, oh, you in Costa Rica?
Europe, South America, Asia, Africa.
Yeah, I put Africa last, not in terms of like last priority, but I put it in the space where I was like, I know that once I get here, I'm gonna want to spend the most amount of time.
Got you.
So I would go to like Thailand for a week, or I go to Costa Rica for a little bit, and I popped all over. I think I did Iceland. I did some like off the grid places, even for me. And then, I just had a very special connection to the continent. And at that point, I had the time, the money, the resources. I should put a little asterisk point that I lost my mom in 2018. So I had to go back to LA. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I lost my mom to breast cancer. So please, 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 like, check the tatas.
Ladies, from Karen, check your breasts, check your tatas, as she says. Breast cancer is very serious. So shouts out and respect to everybody who's lost someone to breast cancer and to everyone who's dealing with breast cancer at any point in their lives.
Yeah. And the reason I put that asterisk in there is because it really changed my outlook and purpose, because I started a legacy scholarship in honor of my mom.
Okay.
And that legacy scholarship is one that I run through the Black Swan Academy in DC to bring youth to the continent of Africa.
Okay.
So it kind of really
Now, what year was this? This was, your mom passed in 2018,
Yeah.
and you did this the same year?
Yeah, so around the time we met.
Right.
Yeah, around the time we met.
Yep.
So
In LA.
In LA.
Crazy outside of whatever it was.
Yeah.
We made it happen. We was like on a park
outside
bench.
of like the Hollywood Bowl.
Exactly.
Are you outside? I'm outside. Yeah. But yeah, putting together that legacy scholarship, I knew I wanted to do something a little different. My mom was a real philanthropist and a real traveler, and actually invoked that in me. So I wanted to make sure that young people had that early on. And so I was looking at it and I was thinking, wow, like of all the places that I had traveled, Ghana was really special, and I wished I would have come sooner. So I was like, I'm going to fundraise for children to come sooner.
Right.
So that's kind of where I started, and my career has taken off from there in that direction.
Right. So something interesting is you first experiencing African culture, right, in LA through Ethiopian culture. And most people know when they go to Ethiopian restaurant, in Jerry, you eat with your hands food, and then you travel to the East Coast and you began to have some experiences with other forms of African culture. What is it about, like, what has connecting with your culture, right? Ethiopian, South African, Ghanaian, whatever. What has that done for you, right? Because there are a lot of black people. So what has connecting with the culture done for you?
Oh, so much. Like, I think it has rooted me in my place in the world. Like, I wish, I always tell people now, I wish someone would come up to me and call me something like offensive, like the N-word or whatever. It's like, I'm an African queen. Please address me as such, you know? And I think also that it has allowed me to feel like I belong somewhere, belong to, like, even though Africa is very diverse and it's not one, like, monolithic place, one-dimensional place.
Right.
It is one identity. So it is an identity that I can grab to and go, this is mine. And so that's really been an anchor for me.
Nice. What about your friends and family? Have they traveled here?
Yeah, my 85-year-old father came here. Actually, my older sister is the one who I went and did the documentary with in South Africa.
Okay.
My middle sister has not traveled here, but she's planning to. And then my stepmother is actually a professor of African studies and African literature. So she had done a lot more traveling than even me. And then on my father's side, we're from the Caribbean. So
Okay. Which island?
Barbados and Antigua.
Barbados and Antigua.
One
Shouts
time.
out to my Bajans. Bye. Respect all my brothers. You know who you are.
Rihanna, call me.
I got a whole crew of brothers in DC from Barbados. You know, my brother Spider the DJ who passed away from lymphoma cancer, and he's from Barbados. And like I have a whole Bayesian family back in DC that I miss and I love. Shouts out, y'all.
Yeah.
Spider strong all day. I'll be home soon.
And
Anyway.
also, I mean, just the connection is so strong, because if you go to Asan Mansu, which is here in Ghana, the last bath, you'll see there are 3 tombs. One from the exhumed remains of a slave from Jamaica, one from an exhumed slave from the remains of an exhumed slave from New York, and then all of the collected bones and anything that could be sent back from the country of Barbados, which was donated by our Prime Minister. So very, very strong ties.
I remember when that happened.
Very strong ties.
I remember when that happened. Talk to us a little bit about Black Swan Academy.
Okay.
Like, where are these youth from? What are their ages?
Yeah, so Black Swan Academy is a nonprofit that we work in partnership with the DC public school system.
Okay.
We run a curriculum on pride, purpose, and power for Black youth.
Okay.
We focus on Black youth, although it's open to anyone. And most of our students are interested in policy, interested in politics, but they're from underrepresented communities. And so we teach them a curriculum around, like, how to be an activist, how to understand budget, how to run for office, and they sometimes run for student government. We've been doing this program now a little over 7 years. I helped start it up with Samantha Davis. she's the CEO, and I was one of the founding board members.
Okay.
I have since taken a step back, but what I do run is just the Betty Ann Johnson Scholarship. So that's our scholarship that we try and make sure that any of our youth, and we've actually retooled it a little bit with COVID. So any of our youth who are in any sort of need, my mom was a single mom, and you know, I just remember that, like, sometimes you need to get some school clothes, sometimes you need to get some groceries, sometimes you need to go to Ghana. And any of those things, there's a fund there. But I do a lot of work with the Black Swan Academy to make sure that our youth are on that curriculum track of pride, purpose, and power.
Beautiful. Pride, purpose, and power. And with those 3 Ps, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back more with Karen Johnson. Peace, global African family. My name is Diallo Sumbri. I'm a co-architect of Ghana's Year of Return 2019, and I'm the president and CEO of the Adinkra Group. For the past 5 years, we've been bringing loads and loads of people to Ghana. Many of them, their first time on the African continent, their first time putting their toes in the African sand, in the African soil. And so many people have had their life changed. Our birthright journeys are curated cultural immersion journeys centered around reclaiming cultural identity, exploring your ancestral heritage, and celebrating African resilience. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our Birthright Journey Partner Program. It's really simple, and you really don't have to do much, other than email us at info@theadinkragroup.com. Now, what makes a great Birthright Journey partner for our program? Are you a leader? Are you an influencer? Are you that person that your family calls on to organize, or do you automatically know that that's your job? Are you somebody of status in your community? Are you a community leader? Are you that person in your church or in the school? If you are the ideal Birthright Journey partner. Do you believe that every person of African descent should have an opportunity to touch ground on the continent of Africa? If you are, then you are the ideal Birthright Journey partner. It's simple. We're going to show you how you can travel to Ghana for free. Not only can you travel to Ghana for free, but you can actually get paid to travel to Ghana. Really simple. Just contact us at info@theadinkragroup.com and set up a discovery call. You'll get to travel with your family and friends, you'll get to travel with your community, and the best part of it is that it'll be free for you. Or you'll even earn money doing it. So again, info@theadinkragroup.com. We look forward to seeing you in Ghana. We look forward to dancing with you in Ghana. We look forward to eating fufu, eating jollof, eating wache. Make sure you contact us now, and we would love for you to become a Birthright Journey partner. Madasi. And we are back with our guest, Karen Johnson. Karen, we're back. Thank you. I'm really enjoying this conversation. So I always learn something new about our guests. Like I'm always, because you think you know somebody, which is okay because you're supposed to find out more. All right, so Black Swan Academy. I think it's pride, purpose, and
power.
What kind of impact do you think traveling to Ghana will have on your students?
Oh, I think it'll be life-changing. I think it'll be life-changing in 2 fronts. One, a lot of our students, they're from Ward 5, 6, 7, and 8. Traditionally, DC's chocolate. This is where we come in.
Right. I was about to break down the wards. I'm going to let you go ahead. And then
which, even though they're so close to Capitol Hill or close to the National Mall, a lot of the students don't get out. They don't see it until someone exposes them to it. So I know that until someone says, here's your first passport, or here's your first time coming out of the country, like this might not happen. So I'm happy that that's like sort of that light that you never know where it's going to shine.
Right.
So I love that. And the second thing is we have a curriculum of pride, purpose, and power, but it's rooted in blackness. We deal with black youth.
Okay.
So I don't think you can really have black consciousness, black pride, black power, and know where it's going to take you until you know where you've come from. So I definitely think that will be, and it's my goal to expose them to that as early as possible. Yeah.
That's incredible. I believe that every person of African descent, not only